tonight. Good afternoon, everybody, along with Roger Reed and West Delaware State champion Zach McCool. This is Jamie Vasky, and we've had 2 sessions in the books already. Our Class 3A wrestlers from Western Dubuque doing very well today, has lost 1 Bobcat in Riker Karimsky. Other than that, a very good round for the Bobcats this morning. And then we had Class 1A, has had a very good round there as well. Right offhand, Maquoketa Valley, all of their wrestlers still in the tournament after that first round. East Buchanan lost 1 wrestler in Kyle Decker. Unfortunately, had that injury in that first round match, and you could just tell it really bothered him in that consolation match, and he couldn't put any weight on his elbow, and he was eliminated from the tournament. Saw a sophomore in Connor Conlon from Cascade make his first trip down here. Wrestled two very tough opponents and was eliminated from the tournament as well. And just a great morning. We had an afternoon. We had some great wrestling action, Zach, and we saw a lot of good matches from our area kids and saw a lot of fight in those kids.
Yeah, not much more than you can ask for right there. These guys came out here and wrestled hard, wrestled tough, kept most of them on, in the tournament, which is good to see. Continue to keep coverage going here. Once again, it's how you prepare here. It's how you're ready for this tournament, and it looked like all these coaching staffs that we are covering today got these guys prepared for what was in store for them. We won a lot of close matches and continue to do very, very well at the state tournament. Roger, I believe, has some numbers here, what 1A and 3A went through here, and it's very nice to see the record that they have there, especially with some of the draws that some of these kids had.
Yeah, the 3A guys went 6-4 this morning, and again, 6 out of 7 are still alive. So that's good when you have 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the 7 are in the front side of the bracket without a loss yet. Our 1A guys had an exceptional round, 13-9 wins and losses, and you've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got a bunch of those guys still alive. So on the day so far, we've went 19-13. That's above 500, and that's a good day in anybody's book.
It certainly is. Well, we're going to have our national anthem coming up here in just a bit. We'll be back with Class 2A as we're going to start at 1:13. And Chase Lunsman from Monticello. You're listening to the 2017 State Wrestling Tournament from KMCH Sports.
It's no secret that people come to Fairway in Manchester for their famous meats, but as you dash back to the counter to pick up your USDA choice ribeyes, don't be surprised if you find yourself lingering among the delicious fruits and vegetables in the produce department. Shop Fairway in Manchester for low prices and all your grocery needs.
Animal Health Clinic wishes all area athletes in tournament action the best of luck. Dr. Virgil Borick with the Animal Health Clinic in Dyersville has been serving the area since 1982, tending to the health needs of animals large and small. Animal Health Clinic, 1657 15th Avenue Southeast in Dyersville, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 until 5, Saturday, 7:30 until noon, or call them at 563-875-6083 to schedule an appointment.
Head to Fireside Pub and Steakhouse before or after the game or anytime, featuring steaks, seafood, pasta, sandwiches, and even fresh-made pizza. They say it's the best around. Visit them on the web at firesidemanchester.com for a full menu and special offers.
Cash in on preseason discounts on continuous flow GSI dryers and GSI grain bins. Call New Vienna Egg Automation at 563-921-2896 and talk to Arnie, Al, or Dave. Best of luck to all the area athletes from New Vienna Egg Automation in New Vienna.
Cork and Bottle in Manchester are proud to support all area athletes and coaches in tournament action. They understand the hard work and dedication put forth in the gym and in the classroom. Best of luck from Rick and his staff at Cork and Bottle in Manchester.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents like me, Julie Smith, can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, I can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. For all your insurance needs, call on a winning team. The Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester.
Are proud to support all the area athletes. Call Crop Production Services of Winthrop for all your ag input needs. They are the team to call. Congratulations to the student athletes on your achievements from CPS in Winthrop.
Hey area athletes and coaches, my name is Brooke. I am cheering you on this sports season. Krugman Construction would like to congratulate all area athletes and coaches on a successful season and wish them continued success in tournament action. For all your building needs, call Krogman Construction in Manchester.
Hi, this is Chris Henry, Service Manager of Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader. Our goal is to make your car buying experience the best possible, and our factory-certified technicians are dedicated to you and your vehicles. Stop in and see us at Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader, or visit us online at FullerBrowns.com. Your hometown dealer, wherever your hometown may be. Best of luck to all area athletes and coaches.
Paladin Attachments is a blending of 11 brands joining skills and expertise to design and build the best quality heavy and light duty attachments in the world, giving customers powerful peace of mind. Join Paladin and Delhi in wishing all area athletes, teams, coaches, and fans the best of luck.
Skogman Realty would like to congratulate all area athletes and coaches on a successful season and wish you the best in tournament action. For your real estate needs, contact Christine Baldwin, your local Skogman Realty agent in Manchester at 920-9194.
At Three Rivers, our customers come first. Your business is very important to us. Our goal is to provide you with the best products and service that you have come to expect from Three Rivers. Visit our website at threeriversfs.com or the location nearest you. Three Rivers, your partner in growth solutions.
Steve Moyle Masonry has lowered his prices on new home or remodel construction of brick, block, and stone because he's back out in the field with his hands-on expertise. Call Steve at Moyle Masonry for free estimates and competitive pricing. Steve Moyle Masonry in Manchester, where quality is what they are all about.
Citizen State Bank, your locally owned, community-minded, and customer-oriented bank, is here to serve you. Choose one of their 7 convenient locations in Winthrop, Monticello, Manchester, Ryan, Strawberry Point, Hopkinton, and New Vienna. Citizen State Bank, community banking with people you know, member FDIC.
Gary's Towing. For 24-hour towing, call Gary's Towing in Strawberry Point in Manchester. Your complete towing service. Gary's Towing can handle all of your wrecker and flatbed needs and is AAA certified. Gary's Towing, with locations in Strawberry Point and Manchester, wish all area athletes the best in tournament action.
This is Jamie Vaskey, the voice of the West Delaware Hawks, and I've had the chance to review the Good Neighbor Society's playbook, and I got to tell you, they are friends in your neighborhood, designing plays to get you home fast. If you need help getting back in the game, contact the Good Neighbor Society Rehab to Home team at 563-927-3907.
Delhi Insurance Agency is dedicated to Delhi and the surrounding area, and they thank you for choosing them for your insurance needs. See Larry, Sue, and Christy for all your insurance needs, from home to commercial and everything in between. Delhi Insurance Agency in Delhi.
Welcome back into the Wells Fargo Arena. Jamie Vaskey, Roger Reed, Zach McCool back with you as we are underway, Class 2A, first round and first round Consolations. As first up for us is going to be Chase Lunsman at 113 pounds. He'll be taking on Wyatt Dale from Central Decatur. Lunsman, a sophomore, 29-3. Dale, a junior, at 43 and 12. Then at weight class 120, we'll have Grant Hager from Beckman. He's a sophomore, 32 and 11. He'll be taking on St. John Briggs of Gilbert, who's a senior, at 46 and 6. At 126 pounds, it'll be Morgan Rowley of Anamosa. He's a junior at 33 and 8. He'll be taking on Isaac Dixon from Spirit Lake Park, a freshman, at 32 and 10. Weight class 138, Jake Raker from Beckman. He's a junior at 36 and 6. Ranked number 8 in the state in Class 2A. He'll be taking on third-ranked Tanner Abbott from Clarion Goldfield Dows. He's a junior at 39 and 4. Then at 145 pounds, Mitchell Mangold, West Delaware sophomore, 39 and 6. He'll be taking on Mitchell Swank from Creston Orient Maxburg, who's a ranked number 4. He's a junior at 48 and 8. 152 pounds. It'll be Cody Feldman from Beckman. He's a senior at 34 and 10. He'll be taking on 9th-ranked Cale Krieger from Denver Tripola, who's a sophomore, at 47 and 3. 170 pounds. It'll be Owen Grover of Beckman. He'll be taking on, he's a sophomore, 34 and 3. He'll be taking on Michael Kent from Iowa Falls. He is a senior, ranked number 5. He's 34 and 5 on the season. At 182 pounds. At 182 for Independence, it's Peyton Nolting. As Peyton Nolting, a senior, 31 and 15. He will be taking on Ben Lee from Ballard. He's a junior at 38 and 9. And right below them It'll be Harrison Goebel, the junior from West Delaware, ranked number 8. He's 36-6. He will take on Luke Jennis from Sheldon South O'Brien, who's ranked number 5 and is a sophomore at 34-5. And at 195, it'll be Hunter Crawford from Independence. He's a junior, 20-8 on the year. He'll be taking on number 5, Zach Stork from Atlantic, who is a senior at 41-7. All of our 106-pounders are on the mat. A few of them have their matches have concluded. There is one 113-pound match on the mats right now. And gentlemen, we've seen the Class 3A wrestlers right off the bat this morning at 9 o'clock, and then the Class 1A wrestlers. And now we're going to end it with Class 2A, and you could just feel that excitement when you come into this arena, Roger. Although we're already here, we get to see the fans lining up before the session, and I tell you what, to see them all huddled together waiting to get in, and just the excitement on the people's faces, you can tell, and you can really feel that excitement when you walk in here.
All you have to do is look at the crowd tonight. We've got a huge crowd. The bottom ring below us is probably 90% full, and then the second deck, the third level would be the third level is full. Then you even got people way up in the top ring tonight. So they always put 2A. The last session because they draw the most people for some reason. However, we did have a nice crowd with our 1A session this afternoon, and it was a very loud 1A crowd, and you're going to hear that again tonight. We've got some great matches, first-round matches, and every time there's an upset, every time there's a big move, you can just hear the roar of the crowd, and that's always exciting from our standpoint. And the crowd really gets into it, and there's some great fans here, and we're going to hear them, we're going to see them, and they're going to show themselves off tonight in this session.
Yeah, you hear the roar of the crowd, and we try to help you picture the scene as we're ready for action here tonight. As again, our first wrestler up will be Chase Lunsman at 113 pounds. And let's see who we have up. Hopkins and Fout are up on right now, so he is in the hole.
Jamie,
go ahead, Roger.
One thing we haven't talked about yet today, we had 48 wrestlers from the WAMAC that qualified for the state tournament, and that's unbelievable. But if you look at weight class 113, match number 7 and 8, you got a great matchup. You got Caleb Feasley from Center Point Urbana, who's 40-3, taking on Jalen Schropp from Williamsburg. That was the finals of the WAMAC, and they're going at it first round right here. So we talked about matchups and great matches. There's one right off the bat.
Oh, absolutely. And then you talk about other WAMAC wrestlers. We'll have to look back. We will look back at the end of the tournament to see the place winners and how place winners from the WAMAC have done, because there is a lot of them here in this state tournament. Grayson Kesterson from Williamsburg at 106 pounds was a 15-0 tech fall winner in his first round match over Trey Nelson of Webster City. So a tech fall for Grayson Kesterson. Great job by him, as he's a junior, 45-1, now 46-1. As you scan the mat, you can scan the mat a lot, and you're going to find WAMAC wrestlers somewhere on a mat. As over on mat number 1 right now is Ryan Clark from Mount Vernon out of the WAMAC Conference. Also saw him at the sectional and district meet the last 2 weeks. As you kind of get used to watching these kids when you're in their sectional and district, and you kind of root for them. As we're going to see at 106 pounds, Jack Stryker from Mount Vernon is up over on mat number 3. And as we mentioned earlier, we mentioned Jack Stryker earlier, as his dad, Kent, a 3-time state champion at Starmont, a 4-time state finalist, like I said earlier, one of your pupils, Roger, and his son making his first trip down here to the state meet, and he trails right now 5-1 against a very good freshman in Jack Thompson from Union LaPorte City.
Well, you're exactly right, and Zach, you've talked about this a little bit. It's not so much, physically you're ready to go. You're at the peak of your prime here. You've worked hard. You've been battle tested. When you step into the well, it's all about what's going on between your ears. And if you can get your mind right and focus a little bit, you got a good chance of coming out of here being very successful.
Yeah, you talk about anybody can beat anybody. That's the funny thing about wrestling is you catch people. You can just over dominate if you're sitting there with a good mentality here. anybody can beat anybody out here. So once again, you got to keep working and working hard and just see what happens. Give you the best opportunity to win matches.
Also at 106, you've got Carter Weeks from Vinton Schellsburg and Jack Stryker. You've got Grayson Kesterson. There's 3 Walmack wrestlers in weight class 106 as state qualifiers. So, again, showing the strength of that conference here at the state tournament. And that's going to be Thompson over Stryker. Jack Stryker will lose that match 7-1. And he will have to come back on the back side. His dad, I talked to Kent in the hallway just before, and he was doing his pacing. He was a little bit nervous about this first match, facing a very good Thompson from Union. Now he'll come back and he'll have the loser of Andrew Flora from ADM, who's 45-5, or Bryce Hatton from Winterset, a freshman at 30-8. So they're taking a peek. And out in front of us on mat number 6 is going to be Chase Linsman from Monticello, taking on Wyatt Dale from Central Decatur. Leon, as a junior, that's wrestled 55 matches. He's 43-12 coming into the state tournament. That is a lot of matches, so it'll be interesting. Linsman only wrestling 32 matches, so quite a disparity amongst the records there, Zach. With Dale wrestling 55, that's 22 more matches than Linsman has had.
You kind of wonder, is that too much? Is that not enough? Is that going to be plenty to continue to work in the postseason here? So that'll be interesting. We'll tell right here as Linsman has got his work cut out for him with a guy with that many matches. But, being a sophomore, 29-3, we'll see what happens.
And, there is some good wrestling outside of Eastern Iowa, but a lot of times we've seen some really some kids with really good records come down here from different parts of the state, and they just don't have the same competition week in and week out at these tournaments like we do in Eastern Iowa. And you see those kind of kids kind of come down here and fall apart a little bit just because of the good competition in wrestling. So hopefully the strength of schedule fight for Chase Linsman really helps him out here today.
Well, you're exactly right, Jamie. And Linsman will have the size advantage on Dale. Dale is not a big 113-pounder by any means. Linsman is big. I would anticipate Linsman maybe being a 26-pounder next year, as he's got the frame to fill that in. But we'll see what happens. That's next year. Sweep single by Linsman, trying to cut the corner on Dale, and Dale's going to come right back to his feet and face off Linsman. Linsman now with an underhook to the right side of Wyatt Dale. And Linsman's going to get out of the underhook and go back to wrestling. Beasley with the takedown. Beasley with the takedown on Schropp from Williamsburg. Linsman now back to work. Back to work on the head of Wyatt Dale, working the Russian tie. Linsman very physical. We'll see if that physicality will pay dividends against Dale from Central Decatur. 56 seconds left to go. First period. Zeros on the scoreboard. Neither wrestler has had a legitimate low-level attack. They've both been content to work upper body. And Dale now with an overhook on Linsman. Now Linsman snaps him down, but snaps Dale right to an inside single. And Dale's latched onto the right leg of Chase Linsman. And Linsman in a hard whizzer. He's trying to down block and stuff the head of Dale. 30 seconds left. Dale now goes up to the head, and it looks like he's going to pick up the first takedown there. So that was a takedown off a snap down. Dale had a nice snap down Linsman had a nice snap down on the head of Dale, but he snapped him right into his leg, Zach, and that's something you don't want to do using that snap.
Yeah, when you're using a snap there, you always talk about down blocking at the same time that you're snapping and getting your legs and having some separation there. Unfortunately, he stood up and snapped him right into his leg.
He's going to pick up a 2-point reversal here on a switch as first period comes to an end. It's going to be tied 2-2. It'll be Linsman's choice. He's going to defer over to Dale. Dale will choose down to start the second. So nice reversal there, tying this thing up here by Chase Linsman.
Well, Jamie, you always talk about scoring at the end of the period, and Chase Linsman did a nice job doing that with short time. There's an inside stand-up by Dale. There's a nice lift and return by Linsman as he wraps his arms around the waist and sky lifts him, and then a front trip takes Dale right down to the mat. Now, Linsman with a wing on the right side, a chicken wing on the right side. He's trying to scoop an inside wrist on the left. Let's see if he can lock that up. He's in good position with the wing. He's going to take a big step. He's got Wyatt Dale on his back. He took a big step right around the head. He's got Wyatt Dale on his back. The referee down looking close. Lewisman's trying to keep that inside hip on the left shoulder, or on the right shoulder of Wyatt Dale. Lewisman in great position right now. Got to get that inside hip down just a little bit more, Zach McCool, and apply pressure to that right shoulder of Wyatt Dale. Dale trying to punch that right shoulder through, keep it up. Lewisman has 1 minute and 12 seconds to try to adjust himself and settle in right here.
And I'm not sure, I'm not sure he can sit out, because now he is going to be able to sit out. I didn't know if he could, just because he might lose that arm, and he did. Now he's going to go to a reverse half Nelson here. He might get the fall out of this yet.
And he's doing a great job, reverse half Nelson. He's got a tee out. He's a little bit parallel right now. Now he goes to a headlock. There's the fall. There's the fall in 3:13. It's the way to get the job done. In 3:13, Chase Lewisman, the fine sophomore from Monticello, will win his 30th match of the year. And Zach McCool, that's a nice feeling, winning your 30th match by fall.
Yeah, that's a great job by Lewisman right there. He didn't start the match off like he liked to by snapping into his legs, but he ended up getting reversed at the end of that first period. His opponent took down, and he went right to his pinning combination, put him on his back. So that was a very nice job by him. You won't see him till tomorrow now.
And he'll have the winner between Hunter Fantz from West Marshall and Cole Hance from Atlantic. Right now, Fantz is ahead by the score of 4-1. So we'll keep our eye up here to there. So up on mat number 4, I believe we have Grant Hager. Grant Hager trying to make his way to mat number 4, as he'll be taking on St. John Briggs from Gilbert. And Briggs is a senior at 46-6. So we'll see what Grant Hager can do here. Briggs is to the mat. We've not seen there. Now Grant Hager's on the mat side. Gives Coach Hotek a high five there, slaps his hands, and he's going to report into the score table. And each of the wrestlers has their ID band on, and they cut them off at the table. A couple years ago, they let them wrestle with them on, and that ended up being a bad deal. They trim them off now, and when they're done, they give them a new one.
You had to keep yours on, didn't you?
Yeah, it was not fun.
All right, underway here. Grant Hager, 32-11. Sophomore. See if he can continue his nice string of wrestling very, very well. Tough matchup with Briggs, who's 46-6. Again, Jamie, you look at some records. You can't compare records, I don't think, down here. You look at records, and we've seen kids with some sterling records, and then they come up here and run into somebody that might not have as good as record, but has wrestled a tough schedule. And we see that quite often. Back to action here. They went off the edge of the mat, 129 and counting. Hager trying to work a 2-on-1 Russian tie on the right hand of Briggs, and Briggs is going to cut that hand loose. Now Briggs in on a low single. Going to try to wrap Hager up. Might be potentially dangerous there. Hager's going to scoop the arm of Briggs, and we're going to get potentially dangerous right there.
So you talk about the WAMAC conference. You had Will Esmoil of West Liberty, who was ranked, I think, number 4 in the state, and he gets knocked off 4-2 in overtime by Carter Weeks from Vint Shellsburg. So that's just we sound like we're really bragging up the WAMAC conference, but there's a reason we do that. There's just such great wrestling in that conference.
There certainly is. Well, back to action here. There's an inside trip by Briggs. Grant Hager had a single. He had the right leg of Briggs up. He couldn't shelf it. Hard whizzer by Briggs. Now Briggs is going to try to dive in on a fireman's carry. Shot, reshot. Grant Hager now, he's got an underhook on the right side of Briggs, but Briggs is blocking him off with his head. 33 seconds left to go. Got to get his head on that side. Now he's got his head on the right side of the underhook, and Briggs is going to snap him down. Low-level attack by Briggs, and Hager has some fancy footwork to get out of the way. I don't like what Hager's doing right now, Zach. He's letting Briggs control his head, and just right there you saw a snap down and a go-behind by Briggs, and he picked up 2, and now they go off the edge of the mat. Grant Hager let Briggs control his head with a front headlock. And Briggs made it work with a go-behind, blocked off Hager and hit him with the go-behind on the edge of the mat. 10 seconds left to go. We'll see if Hager can score 2 here or 1 with short time. He goes to a short sit. Briggs tries to slap a cross body on. He does. Goes to that crab ride. And that's going to do it for period number 1. Grant Hager finds himself in a hole, small hole at that, just 2-0. Briggs' choice, he's got the red leg band on. Hager will he'll defer over to Grant Hager, and Hager will choose down. Waiting on deck is at 126 Morgan Rowley from Anamosa, taking on Isaac Dixon from Spirit Lake Park. Sit out by Hager, and as he sits out, Briggs tries to wing him up on the left side. Hager to his feet, can't split the hands of Briggs, and Briggs will return him to the mat. Inside wrist now by Briggs on the right side. He's got a tight waist with the left. Nice sit out turn in by Hager. He's going to pick up 1 as he's got nice hand control. Grant Hager with nice hand control on St. John Briggs. Now he tries to drop in on a single, and Briggs is going to block him off. 2-1 is your score. 131 and counting. Second period. Preliminary action here, round number 1. And Hager's going to try to dive in on a low single and drive Briggs off the edge of the mat. Hager right up, sprints back to the middle of the mat, and he's got to wait for Briggs to get back. There's a low single by Briggs, right to the laces of Hager. Hager's draped over the top of Briggs and grabs both ankles. Now Hager trapped around the waist of Briggs. Scramble situation, 1:10 left on the clock. Hager finds himself sitting on his left hip, and Briggs once again elevates Hager. Hager now wrapped around the waist. Might get a stalemate right here. There's a stalemate saved by the whistle. Nice job. It was a great shot by Briggs. Nice counter by Hager. Briggs has been shooting right on the whistle. Now Grant Hager on the attack as he's going to drive Briggs off the edge of the mat. Boy, Hager came right out, Zach, and attacked. 54 seconds. There's a couple of back steps, and Briggs is going to attack Hager. Briggs steps over a whizzer. Hager might have him on his back in a headlock. He does. He picked up 2. That was a preliminary 2, but Hager's going to take it. I think the official might wipe off the 2. We'll see. The official gave Hager 2, and he's going to stay with it. Briggs was in a whizzer and stepped over the whizzer, and Hager winged him down and finished in a headlock. No back points, but they gave him the 2. Now Grant Hager has a drive cradle in on Briggs, and he's going to try to dump the senior from Gilbert to his back. He's going to turn him in. He's going to his back. And maybe 1 point escape, no change. Boy, that was close right there. That was very, very close. As Hager almost gave up a point on the edge of the mat. So back to action we go here. We're going to get a caution against Hager for starting before the whistle.
Just a little heads up, we're going to have Morgan Rowley on deck from Anamosa. So hopefully we can get through this next period with Grant Hager and have him come out with a victory here, and we can get Morgan Rowley his entire match on there. Oh, what Grant Hager wouldn't have done for about 10 more seconds there as he locked up a cradle as the period came to an end. But he's going to take a 3-2 lead into period number 3.
And it'll be Briggs' choice, and he will choose down.
That's very surprising, though, from what Hager's been able to do to him on top. Hopefully he can continue to work that pinning combination because he's put him on his back twice now, or close to putting him on his back. So hopefully that's what Hager can continue to do right now.
So there's a whistle. Second caution by Hager. Granby roll by by Briggs, and he's going to end up with a 2-point reversal. It's now 4-3. Hager's got some work to do as Briggs up on top and look for the cross body ride to come. Very good hand control now by Hager. He's going to take the hands and take them over his head and go to a short sit. Now try to step over the legs of Briggs, and Briggs is in a shallow position. Hager's going to post the right elbow of Briggs and pull his head out and look for 2. No change of position yet as Briggs has his right leg trapped inside the left leg of Hager. Hager now has got to kick that leg free as Briggs is draped over the top. Might get a stalemate. 1:18 and counting left in this match, third period. Morgan Rowley up now on mat number 7, taking on Isaac Dixon from Spirit Lake Park. He's a freshman at 32-10.
And Dixon just getting to the mat over there on mat number 7. So they're just underway over there, so we'll keep an eye on that one for any action if you want to finish up with Grant Hager.
All right, 107 and counting. Hager down underneath. St. John Briggs right in a tight waist with his right and his inside wrist with the left. Good hand control by Grant Hager. He's got to try at least to score one and tie this up. Short sit now by Hager. He's got to take hand control. Car ride by Briggs. Briggs is going to try to snap him back. 48 seconds now left in this third period. We're going to see what happens. The referee stopped the match. We've got some blood by somebody.
As we're
Briggs.
just underway over there with Morgan Rowley. As a minute and a half left to go, as Isaac Dixon wearing a hairnet or whatever that thing is.
It's a swim cap.
It's a swim cap to protect his hair, long hair. Some kids, you know, a barber would do, like the same one Roger uses, perhaps. But his swim cap came off, so we're back to action now as he had to adjust it there. As Morgan Rowley from Anamosa, he's a junior, 33-8 on the year, looking to come in again. He's Anamosa's first state qualifier since Jason Bowers back in 2012, so quite a big honor for him and a great performance at the district meet.
Jamie, there's a switch by Hager. Let's see if he can finish it. He's got 28 seconds as Briggs is draped over the top. Hager's trying to get his hips up. I tell you what, almost a figure four by Briggs. Briggs now with a leg in, and he's got a power half Nelson. Hager trying to pull his hips down. 14 seconds left to go in the match here. And the Leech from Gilbert is doing the best job he can to stay on top of Hager. 5 seconds left to go. Hager's trying to pull him underneath. And I think he's going to run out of time, and Grant Hager will lose a very tough match to St. John Briggs by a score of 4-3. So he will get thrown to the backside, and he'll have to come back. That's a tough loss there. Hey, Jamie, one other thing. Mat number 5, remember we talked about how tough the Bob Murphy invite was with Decorah? That's Philip Idy, who was the district runner-up. He's ahead 9-5 over a very good wrestler from Spirit Lake Park. So Philip Idy from Decorah. And we talked about that first Saturday in December, how tough that tournament was.
Absolutely. As back to action. First period over with Morgan Rowley of Anamosa. They're tied up 0-0 with him and Isaac Dixon from Spirit Lake Park. As Rowley's choice, he's going to choose down to start the second period. He's going to go right to his switch. He's very good underneath it, hitting that switch. He went to it, but Dixon grabs that left arm and returns him flat out to the mat.
Grant Hager will take on the loser of Zachary Thompson from Perry and Creston Craven from Humboldt. So we'll get that for you. Long shot there by Dixon. 1 point escape by Rowley. Long shot by Dixon. A go behind by Rowley. He goes up now 3-0. Some fancy footwork there by the junior. And he's taking on a freshman from Spirit Lake Park who's 32-10. And Rowley, the junior, 33-8. And there's a 2-point. There's Dixon working on a 2-point reversal as Rowley high legs over a whizzer. And Dixon's going to throw Rowley on his back. I'm not sure what the point is. I think it's going to be a 2-point reversal for Dixon and 2-point near fall. And the cap comes off. Dixon's cap comes off. That's got to be injury time, I think, when they fix that. You have to cinch that thing up, but it's going to be a 4-point move for Isaac Dixon from Spirit Lake Park. They've got a very young team, an outstanding team up there. Andrew Lundgren, the head coach, a very, very good friend of roommate of my son's there going to college. So small world. The wrestling family ends up being a very small world, Zach McCool.
It sure does. You meet a lot of people, especially growing up. A lot of these kids have been wrestling since they're 4 or 5 years old. So you continue to grow and find out who's who in wrestling and continue to grow. And, there's a lot of friends made in this. Even though you guys are opponents at some point, you still are friends. You wrestle in, all tournaments all the time, and that's what happens.
Well, we're back to action as Dixon's got his hairnet all fixed and cinched up. And there's 1:02 left to go in the second period, and Dixon up on top, right in a tight waist with the right, a chop with the left. He's got Morgan Rowley belly down, applying a lot of pressure forward. And Rowley now working a head lever, and Dixon's going to try to dump Rowley to his back. He does. He catches him in that head lever, goes around the head with the arm. I think Dixon's going to pick up 2 here. with 37 seconds left. Our referee's got two out as Dixon still maintains control. Now he rolled that left wrist out to a bar. He's got a block behind his back. There's a 2-point near fall by Dixon, so he will go up now 6-3. An outstanding period for the freshman from Spirit Lake Park as Raleigh was up 3-0, and Dixon has scored 6 unanswered points unanswered points, and he's still blocking off that left side of Morgan Raleigh and working some tilts. Raleigh tried to Granby roll through that, and that's how he got held there for the last 2-point near fall. It's going to be Dixon's choice to start the third, and he's looking over to his coach. He can't quite decide where to go, and he's going to go neutral. I think he wanted to go down, and his coaches wanted him to go up or neutral, so he's going to choose neutral to start the third here. 6-3 is your score. On the quick whistle, Dixon, a low shot right to the shoelaces of Morgan Raleigh. Raleigh trying to get to a scramble position and score 2 on the takedown. Raleigh might have 2. He's trying to put a cross body right in. He's stepping around. He hooked the right ankle of Dixon and picked up 2. It's now 6-5 with 1:40 left. Wouldn't mind seeing Raleigh cutting Dixon loose and going back to work on his feet. Now Dixon reaches back and grabs the right knee of Morgan Raleigh. Raleigh trying to tilt him, trying to lift him. And Dixon still cinched on, still holding on to that right knee of Morgan Raleigh. Let's get a stalemate here. There's a stalemate. Thank you very much. I'm going to go back to work. Let's see if Raleigh decides to cut him loose or if he's going to wrestle. And that's the decision you got to make, Zach. You're down by 1. You know, you got 1:17 left. How long do you try to ride him before you cut him loose?
Yeah, there's just a lot of time that a guy could, waste time on the bottom, and he's getting back points. Well, 1 count, so he is getting a chance to get some points here. But a lot of times, these guys will just sit there, lay on their bellies, wait for a stall call, and act like they're doing something when they're really not.
I don't think Raleigh got any points off that tilt. He got 1,001.5 count. He needed that other half second to take the lead here. 7-5, but he's still down by 1 with 47 seconds. At some point, you got to think about cutting him loose, and that's going to be a stalemate. Morgan Raleigh takes a look at his coaches there, and let's see if they cut him. I think at some point you got to cut him, and you do. Raleigh will cut him right here, and it's going to be 7-5 now for Dixon. And Raleigh's got to come right back to work. There's a low shot by Raleigh, payback shot. He's going to cut across to a double neck wrench by Dixon. Dixon's going to try to step over Raleigh. No points yet. Scramble. There's going to be a 2-point takedown. Reverse half Nelson by Raleigh. He's got Dixon on his back. Freshman mistake there. The junior from Anamosa taking advantage of it.
Got to get his chest up and lift the head of Dixon, and he could get the fall here.
Well, Jamie, you got 17 seconds.
Or just sit.
That's it. It'd be nice to get the fall, but you're going to get the win here. Reverse half Nelson. Morgan Raleigh in great position here with 7 seconds left. Dixon trying to go to a high bridge. Made the freshman mistake of stepping over that whizzer. He does. That's going to do it right there. Morgan Raleigh winning 10-7. What a great match there. And Zach, he made the right decision, I guess. We were talking about when do you cut him.
Hey, he knows where he's good at. You and I might not know as much as we know up here sitting in the booth. So very, very nice job by Raleigh right there of winning that match, getting in a scramble position.
Well, a tough match coming back in the next round for Morgan Riley. He'll have the winner. It'll either be Dante Vecchia or Riley Wright. Riley Wright from Denver Tripola.
Yeah, Jamie, he won 3-0.
Boy, that's going to be a great match. Wright is the sophomore at 45-4. So Raleigh will move on to wrestle tomorrow. Great comeback there by the junior from Anamosa. Again, it's not over till it's over, and he proved it right there as he takes a 10-7 win into the quarterfinals. Now our next wrestler will be at weight class 138. That'll be Jake Raker from Dyersville Beckman. He'll be taking on Tanner Abbas from Clarion Goldfield, who's ranked number 3 in 39-4. Let's take a short timeout. They've got the 132-pounders called up right now. And let's see where Raker's at. What's out? Jake Raker is number 8 in the bracket, so he's in the top half, so it won't be too long. Let's take another short break. We got some great sponsors. We want to give them a little bit of airtime. We'll catch our breath and get a drink, and you'll be back for more action. Stay with us. We've got first round action, Class 2A from the 2017 State Wrestling Tournament right here on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
The Edgewood Reminder is proud to support all the area teams in athletic action and appreciates their efforts in the classroom and during sports. Check out all the sports photos in each week's issue of the Edgewood Reminder.
Ellis Implement and Outdoors in Coggin is your local supplier for farm equipment and outdoor power. Offering parts, sales, and service since 1937, Ellis Implement and Outdoor wish all area athletes and coaches the best of luck.
The victory is yours at Victory Ford.
Hey, this is James Halverson, Service Manager at Victory Ford in Dyersville. Our service and parts team at Victory Ford is dedicated to keeping your car in tip-top shape. And our sales department makes buying a car easy and hassle-free. Stop out to Victory Ford in Dyersville or online at victoryfordonline.com. Good luck, athletes and coaches.
Clayton Drug in Strawberry Point is more than just another pharmacy. They also carry many gift items to choose from in their retail store. Best of luck to all area athletes from Clayton Drug, a local pharmacy you can trust.
TriVet Associates is a mixed animal veterinary clinic with offices in Farley, Dyersville, and Holy Cross. Our 8 doctors serve the Dubuque, Manchester, Guttenberg, and Cascade areas and provide veterinary services to both large and small animals. For more information, find us on Facebook or visit our website, trivetinc.com.
Back in to the state wrestling tournament as Jake Raker is coming up. He is on deck as he will take on Tanner Abbas of Clarion Goldfield. Abbas ranked number 3. He's a junior, 39-4. Raker is a junior at 36-6, ranked number 8 in the state in Class 2A. Should be a good matchup here, Roger.
Well, he should be up right now because they just called.
They called Geertz and Ryerson.
Okay, well, he should be
on deck.
Okay, he's going to be the next match up. Yes, this is going to be a great match. Abbas is a junior at 39-4. Clarion Goldfield for several years wrestling in the state duels and fighting for team championships here in Class 2A. They've lost some members of their outstanding team, but they still got some outstanding individuals that are showing up here at the state tournament. So this is going to be a great match. Jake Raker having a great season, and he's 36-6 coming into this tournament, looking for an opportunity to get to the podium. So they'll have a tough opening round match. And Jamie and Zach, we talked about, and you talked about it earlier this morning, Jamie. There's no easy first round matches, and you just got to get your body and your mind ready to perform at a high level.
Yeah, there's no easy matches at any point in this tournament. So, yeah, you're right. You've got to be ready to go. And it starts from the first whistle. You know, right here with Jake Raker, he's going to take on Tanner Abbas. And you're right. There's no easy matches. You got to be ready to go. And, again, Jake Raker is going to have to do it. If he wants to get on the podium here this week in his junior season, he's got to start one match at a time. And that starts here with Tanner Abbas.
And then he'll lead us off at 138. Then we're going to have a really fun match at 145 with Mitchell Mangold from West Delaware at 39-6, taking on Mitchell Swank from Creston Orient Maxburg. He's a junior at 48-8. That was before the duels. Creston wrestled in the duels. I think they got fifth or sixth. So Swank probably wrestling 2 or 3 matches yesterday to add to that 56-match total. Zach McCool, 56 matches coming into the state tournament. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, 10 years ago, winning a state championship and going undefeated, I had 40 matches, and that included the postseason and everything. So 40-0, and now you're starting to see 50, 60, close to 60 by the end of the postseason. That's just crazy.
Well, it certainly is. Well, we're going to move to mat number 5, and we're going to see Abbas and Raker go at it. And we'll keep our ears to the dial tone to the announcer as Mitchell Mangold will be up, but he's at the bottom of the bracket of weight class 145. So if this thing plays out, we'll have Raker, and then we'll go right into Mitchell Mangold at weight class 145. And then at 152, we have Cody Feldman from Dyersville Beckman taking on Cale Krieger from Denver Tripola at 152. So we'll go bang, 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 hopefully. Well, Raker and Abbott at it right now. And Abbott short and stocky, 138-pounder. Looks like he could be fairly strong here, 39-4 on the year. And Jake Raker, 36-6. So both these guys know how to win matches. And this will be a very, very strategically wrestled match. And we'll see who's going to draw first blood here and score. Short arm drag by Raker. And Abbott is going to square him off, and Abbott will shove Raker off the edge, and we'll get a restart back in the middle. There's a low single by Abbott, and he drives over the hips of Jake Raker. He picks up 2, and Raker in a switch position, and Abbott will cover him up. So a 2-point takedown. Abbott draws first blood here, and now he's going to cut Raker loose and go back to his feet. It's 2-1 with 1:10 left to go in period number 1. A snap and spin by Abbott. He'll hit a go-behind and pick up a 2-point takedown on Raker. It's now 4-1, so Abbott has opened up here a little bit, and we can see what he wants to do, and that's wrestle Jake Raker on his feet. So Raker will have to find a way to tie up the hands and slow the speed down of Tanner Abbott, as he is up now 4-2 with 46 seconds left in period number 1. Again, Class 2A action tonight. Great crowd on hand. Seen some exciting matches already, and there will be more before this night is over. 34 seconds left in period number 1. Short drag by Abbott. He's going to try to cut the corner on Raker for 2. Raker blocks him off and latches onto his right leg as Abbott tries to hit a go-behind. No points yet. Abbott draped over the top of Raker. Raker now steps to the outside and off the edge of the mat to go. So nice recovery by Raker right there. 4-2 is all the scores with 17 seconds. Jake Raker's got to do something right here to keep Abbott from taking him down. You don't want to go into that second period down by 4. Overhook on the left side of Jake Raker. He's got the underhook. He's trying to jump in on a low single, and Abbott's doing a good job squaring him off, and that's going to do it for period number 1. Nice period by the junior from Dyersville Beckman. It's going to be Raker's choice. He's going to defer over to Abbott, and Abbott will go down, which is a common choice that we see. Haven't seen too many guys go up with their choice. Seen a lot go down, and probably 90% of the time they go down, or the other 10% neutral. Stand up by Abbott. He's going to quickly score 1. That's about a 4-second escape by the junior from Clarion Goldfield. And now he's going back on the attack. Raker's going to lower his level. He was wrestling on one knee there for a minute. Nice job by Abbott. He fakes to the left. He fakes to the right, goes right back to the left on a sweep single. And he's going to cover up the hips of Jake Raker for a 2-point takedown. It's now 7-2. And we can quickly see why Abbott is ranked number 3 and 39-4. Back to action as Abbott will cut Raker loose. And he's going to jump right in, tap and go, and he's going to attack the double leg. And Jake Raker draped over the top and through the legs of Tanner Abbott, trying to get to a scramble situation, but Jake Raker's wrestling on his left hip. Don't necessarily like to wrestle on your hips. And a hard crossface by Abbott, he'll pick up 2, and he quickly goes up 9-3 with a minute left in the second. So very, very explosive, very strong Tanner Abbott, the cowboy from Clarion Goldfield Dows. He's going to cut Jake Raker loose one more time, and it's now 9-4. Jake Raker's been in on a couple of shots, but not able to finish it. The quickness by Abbott, just right there again, a snap down and a spin by Abbott. He's going to pick up 2 again. Another takedown. It's 11-4. That's the 5th takedown by Tanner Abbott.
Yeah, and he's just showing right here, you know, his dominance on his feet over Jake Raker right now. Raker's got to try to find an answer for it here.
And Jamie, we talked about how important it is to be wrestle on your feet. We talked about that all year, and if you can't wrestle on your feet, you're going to have a hard time winning matches. And back to action. Abbas will cut Raker loose, and that's going to be a 1-point escape for Raker. Another snap and spin by Abbas as he cuts the corner. 16 seconds left in period number 2. It's 13-5. So Abbas working on a major decision over Jake Raker from Dyersville Beckman. Inside wrist now by Abbas as he's got Raker controlled, broken down. That's going to do it for period number 2. Period number 3 is going to be Raker's choice, I believe. He's going to go up on top. All right, proved us wrong there. So he's going to go up. Talked about not too many guys doing that. We'll see if Jake Raker, boy, the Beckman Blazers have been very physical on top. We'll see if he can control these explosive hips of the junior from Clarion. Abbas to his feet. Raker's going to drop in on a single and try to keep Abbas from hitting the go-behind. Abbas in a deep down block, hips in. Raker loses grip on the right leg, and Abbas will come to his feet for a 1-point escape. Now the score is 14-5. Abbas in that staggered stance, leading with his right leg, and he's very heavy on the head. Does a nice job of snapping heads. Raker now in on a single. He's got the right leg of Abbas. Pinch. Abbas goes to a knee pick or an ankle pick on the right side of Jake Raker. Raker in an underhook, on the right side of Abbas, and Abbas in an overhook. And Raker will lift Abbas and carry him off the mat. No points yet for that. 1:13 and counting in period number 3.
And Raker got to just try to build here and gain some momentum going into that next match as he's down 14-5 as he's going to give up more points, and this could be looking for a fall as Abbas, but Raker's going to roll off his back. It's going to be 2-2. It's going to make it 16, should be 18-5, and now an escape should make it 18-6 in favor of Tanner Abbas. So, tell you what, he's very impressive what we've seen out of the junior from Clarion Goldfield here.
Well, he certainly is, and he's back in on another shot. And what I'm impressed with, Jamie, is his ability to work the head and keep Jake Raker off balance.
Yeah, he certainly has. Just very impressive so far, and he's right back in on another shot with 35 seconds left to go. And Jake Raker doesn't have an answer for it right now. He's in there and hasn't been able to get a lot going. And Raker's going to have to get ready. If you can't come back in this one, you got to rebound from that because you've got a very winnable match on the backside against a Blake Ryerson from Winterset, who's 26-21. So. You gotta try to bounce back from that one if you're Jake Raker, and get ready to go for the next one.
There's a drop-in single by Abbas, and he's working on a tech fall. It's 20-7 now. He's working for that tech fall. 7 seconds left to go, and that's going to be another takedown. That should be a tech fall right there with 1 second left. So Tanner Abbas will win by tech fall, 22-7. So Jake Raker will get thrown to the backside, and he will take on Blake Ryerson from Winterset. Opportunity to stay in the tournament right there. He's a junior. So that'll be a good match. But again, you're gonna have to recoup and reassess that. And like you say, Jamie, all the time, you got to flush that match. It's over. It's done with. And you got to catch your breath, refocus on the next round.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to have Mitchell Mangold up here in just a second, so we'll take a short break, and we'll come right back as you're listening to the 2017 State Wrestling Championships on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
BNS Portables would like to wish all area athletes, teams, and coaches the best of luck in tournament play. They appreciate all the hard work and dedication put forth in the gym and the classroom. Good luck from BNS Portables in Dundee.
High-Tech Communications has everything you need to stay connected. Audio, video, TVs, DVD and Blu-ray players, dish network systems, surround sound systems, phone systems, but the list doesn't stop there. High-Tech Communications has a staff of professionals to help you get connected, from the installation of your entertainment system to cable and data wiring in your home or business. High-Tech Communications, changing your world with technology.
Anyone can win a game, but it takes a lot more to be a champion. It takes hard work, dedication, and teamwork. That's what the athletes and teams of the area bring to every game. And it's what Champion Seed does as well with its all-star dealer team. Don't just play to win. Plant champion. Finish stronger.
Holtz Construction are proud to support all area athletes. They recognize the time, effort, commitment, and training it takes to accomplish goals, both in the gym and in the classroom. For all your ag construction needs, Holtz Construction in Manchester.
Back into the Wells Fargo Arena, Jamie Vasky, Roger Reed, Zach McCool back with you as coming up on mat number 6 out here in front of us is going to be Mitchell Mangold from West Delaware, as the sophomore will take on 4th-ranked Mitchell Schwank from Creston Orient Maxburg. As Mangold, the sophomore from West Delaware, 39-6, Schwank, a junior, 48-8. As Mangold coming up, getting to the mat right now. As coming up soon, we'll keep an eye on Cody Feldman from Beckman, as he'll be up in 3 matches as well. So we'll have 2 going at the same time, and right now it's going to be Mangold, the sophomore from West Delaware.
Well, Jamie, we've got an area wrestler on mat number 8, Carter Block from Olwine, as they had 4-0 to Clayton Rice from Pocahontas area. So Olwine getting a couple guys down here and having some success on mat number 8. All right, Schwank from Creston and Mangold from West Delaware going at it right here. Front headlock by Schwank. He's going to try to snap Mangold down. He's going to toss Mangold to his back. Mangold tried to hit a go behind. Schwank caught him, and Mangold finds himself on his back, and he's going to roll out of it. It's going to be a 5-point move for Schwank, so Mangold finds himself down early. 5-0, but you know what? He fought himself off his back, Zach, so he's still in the match.
Yeah, he's got to stay on his offense here, stay in a little bit better position. Very, very strong Schwank right here, so hopefully hit low shots here and don't go upper body and get caught.
Schwank with an underhook on the right side of Mangold, tries a high crotch, and Mangold dances out of it. Again, 118 and counting. 118 and counting in period number 1. Neutral position we go. Schwank very physical. There's a nice shot by Mangold. Tried to hit a Kelly off that. He's got an overhook on the right arm of Schwank. Now tries a short drag. And Schwank backs out of it. Back to neutral we go. Mangold working ahead of Schwank, trying to snap him down. It's 5-1 is our score here, as Mangold got caught in a hip toss to open this match up. 47 seconds left to go, neutral position. Schwank really trying to work the head of Mitchell Mangold and get him out of position. Mangold doing a good job keeping inside position off those ties. 36 seconds left to go. Mangold on the attack. He's got an overhook, short drag by Mangold, trying to attack that, trying to attack the right side of Mitchell Schwank. Schwank with a heavily bandaged right knee on, he's got a knee pad on that right knee. Mangold with a slide-by attempt, and Schwank's going to face him off. 18 seconds left. I like what Mitchell Mangold's doing here, Jamie, on the return once he got back to his feet.
Well, he is, and I'd like to see him go into that offense, so, work his shots, work his ties, and I don't think Schwank is one you want to go upper body with if you're Mitchell Mangold.
And first period's going to end with Schwank ahead 5-1, and Mangold's got the green leg bands on. It's going to be Schwank's choice. He's going to defer over to Mangold, and Mangold will choose down. Mitchell Mangold, sophomore from West Delaware, first-time state qualifier here. And to action, here we go. There's the whistle. Mangold in a tripod stand-up. He's going to get to his feet. He's going to split the hands of Schwank. There's a 1-point escape at 5-2. Mangold fighting himself back into this match. Like we said earlier, it's not over till it's over. A takedown from Mitchell Mangold would be huge right here. Right next door on mat number 4, we have Cody Feldman from Dyersville Beckman taking on Cale Krieger from Denver Tripola.
Be careful. Here's Mitchell's and he's got a double underhook on Schwank. He's got to be careful there. As we mentioned, Schwank going right to that throw early on in this match. So you got to be careful here if you're Mitchell Mangold and not, I don't think upper body, like we said, is where you want to be here.
Mangold working the head, working the collar ties. Schwank now trying to control the wrist of Mangold. Mangold's going to back out, get a restart. 1:13 and counting in second period. Schwank now drops down to one knee, tries to wrestle. Mangold right back to that collar tie. Knee slide into a single. Schwank and Mangold blocks him off. Now an overhook by Mangold on the right side, on the left side of Schwank. Schwank's blocking off Mangold with his head. Now double underhook by Schwank. and Mangold's blocking him off. Mangold trying to pinch the elbows of Mitchell Schwank together, and the referee's going to stop it on a stalemate. Looks like Cody Feldman finds himself down 2-1 now to Kel Krieger.
Yeah, he did a nice job. It was Krieger in on an early takedown, but Feldman did a great job of coming right back up to his feet and cutting that deficit in half, and Krieger right back in on a shot. He's going to pick up a 2-point takedown as Feldman tried holding on to that whizzer, but he just wasn't able to come up with it. So it's going to be 4-1 now in favor of Cale Krieger from Denver Chipola. We're going to get a stalemate. We'll go back to the center with 48 seconds left to go in this first period, and Feldman is looks like he's going to have to go to the blood corner as the official says he's bleeding.
Mangold with a standing butcher on Schwank. Now he's got a single. Let's see if he can keep his toes in. Oh, nice takedown by Mangold, but he slid off the mat. That's just what the doctor ordered. He got in on that single, and they dumped Schwank, but he couldn't quite keep his toes in. And we're going to go to the third period. It'll be Schwank's choice, and he's going to go neutral. Mitch Mangold not out of this yet. On the whistle, Mangold tries a low single right to the laces of Schwank, but Schwank is ready. Schwank now with an underhook on the left side of Mitch Mangold. Mangold's going to come right back up into that over-under. Schwank now is going to snap Mangold down into a drive cradle. He's got Mitch Mangold going to his back. 2-point takedown for Schwank. No back point. Mangold's going to go back down to his face. He's going to try to split the hands of Schwank. Schwank tries to go behind Mangold. It's going to be a 2-point takedown for Schwank. 1-point escape for Mangold. It's 7-3. 122 and counting.
Krieger down here on Feldman. Krieger is going to cut Feldman loose and get another takedown. It's now 6-2. 15 seconds left to go in this first period.
1:05 left to go in the match. It's Schwank still up 7-3, and the difference has been that 5-point move. There's a slide by Mangold, and he couldn't quite get the corner, and Schwank's going to slip off as Mangold tried to front trip him. Schwank's going to slip the head and cover up Mangold for a 2-point takedown, and Mangold will go right back to his feet. 9-4. 42 seconds left. Now you need a 5-point move here. You need that something feet to back here. If you're Mitch Mangold, I would imagine Schwank's going to play defensive here and block off Mangold with his head. Content to stay in that overhook, double underhook now by Schwank. Let's see if Mangold can pinch those elbows right back together and go to that standing butcher. 21 seconds left to go. Plenty of time yet. If you're Mitch Mangold, you got to load something up. Schwank takes a peek at the clock. Mitch has enough time. He's got to go. This is go time right here. He's got 10 seconds. He's got Schwank locked up in a body lock. Let's see if he can launch him. Schwank now blocking off Mangold with his head. Mangold tries to launch him, and no dice as they go off the mat in front of the score table. 5 seconds left. The right idea by Mangold. He goes right back up, tries to lock up a throw. He's got Schwank thrown, and he's going to get 2 and run out of time. Oh, boy. Mitch Mangold throws Schwank at the end of the match. 5 more seconds, gang, and that would have been a 3-point near fall. It's going to be Mitchell Schwank winning by a score of 9-6. What a match that was, fellas. And Mitch Mangold just ran out of time. I liked his fight. I liked his energy. And, again, the difference was that 5-point move in the first period.
It's very hard to get out of that hole once you go down 5-0, but Mitchell Mangold did a very nice job of fighting, hitting some moves. Maybe that he usually wouldn't hit, but did a very nice job of keeping it close right there. So very nice job to continue on the backside here, and would plan to see Mitchell continue to go on that backside.
Now he'll have the loser of Dylan Koresh from Charles City or Justin Smith from Winterset. And right now, I think I saw that up there. Smith is ahead 6-2 on Koresh. So it might be Dylan Koresh from Charles City as a sophomore, 25-13. Well, we've got Cody Feldman up on mat number 4. 24 seconds left to go, and it's 8-3 lead. Kel Krieger from Denver Chipola has an 8-3 lead on Cody Feldman. And Krieger's record coming into the tournament was 47-3. Denver Chipola wrestling 50 matches coming into the state tournament. Feldman 34-10. We're going to go to the third period. As Krieger's got a little blood as he's going to go over to the corner And we'll see what's happening with that. He's going to get that wrapped up. Our next match, our next wrestler will be at 170 with Owen Grover from Dyersville Beckman. He'll be taking on Michael Kent from Iowa Falls Alden, who's 34-5. He's a senior. And then we got a couple of ponies at 182, Peyton Nolte from Independence and Harrison Goebel from West Delaware. And then we'll stay right with it at 195 with Hunter Crawford from Independence. So 2A guys finding the go in here a little bit tough, Jamie and Zach.
And we knew that coming in. You know, we knew there were some tough matchups that we were going to see out of our Class 2A wrestlers, and you know, so far it's kind of proven for them that they've met up with some really good kids here in this first round. So you know, like Zach said before, it's all a matter of coming back and getting ready for your next match.
It looks like Mitch Mangle's opponent in the wrestleback will be Dylan Koresh from Charles City, who was beaten by Justin Smith from Winterset. 9-3 is our score going to the third period right now. We are in neutral. Cale Krieger in on a double. That was a blast double as he caught both the knees. And Zach McCool, I don't think there's anything other than a great fireman's carry. If a guy gets a blast double and hooks those knees and collapses your opponent, that's just a beautiful shot.
Yeah, it's a great shot to take to stay in good position also, you know. If you can drive through the legs, great. If you don't, you miss it and you move on. So that's a move you would like to see more individuals hit. You only see it so often.
And Krieger just pounced right on that double and sent Feldman to his backside. It's 11-3. See why Krieger has won 47 matches. He's only a sophomore. With 41 seconds left, now a nice switch by Feldman. Let's see if he picks two up, and a re-switch by Krieger. No points yet. No points for Feldman, as Feldman's trying to finish up this move, and Krieger's going to sag on him. Feldman between the legs of Krieger. Krieger between the legs of Feldman. We might get a stalemate. Yes, we do. No change of position, so Feldman will go back and get reset with 20 seconds left to go in this match. So Cody Feldman running into a buzzsaw here in Cale Krieger. He will have the loser of Caleb Button and Cade Kelso. 11 seconds left to go. A high leg over, roll attempt by Feldman as he tries to catch Krieger with short time. But Krieger's going to put a cross body right in and look for a couple of back points, and that's going to do it. It's going to be an 11-3 win by Cale Krieger from Denver Chipola. He will knock Cody Feldman to the backside, and Feldman looks a little dejected as he exits the match. But, you know, Jamie, you wrestle a guy that's 47-3, now 48-3, and you give him your best shot, and that's all you can ask for right here.
It was, and, you know, that's an 11-3 major decision against a very good wrestler. But, you know, now it's a matter of coming back on the backside. If you're Cody Feldman, you got to, like we said before, you got to flush that match and get ready to go for one on the backside here in about an hour. And he will take on Caleb Button from Van Meter Earlham, who's a junior at 34-12, as he was beaten by Tech Fall against Cade Kelso of Central Decatur.
Also, I'll be looking at records. That'll be a very winnable match for Cody Feldman. And again, but you got to step on the mat and you got to do it. Sometimes that's easier said than done, especially when you have high expectations of coming here with the opportunity. You want to win that first match. You have high expectations, and all of a sudden things don't go as planned, and you got to find a way to fight back. And we expect Cody Feldman to do that because he is a fighter. Well, we're waiting for 170-pounders to come up, and let's see where Owen Grover is on the bracket. He's in the bottom side of weight class 170. Let's take a short break here. We'll have a short timeout. We'll catch our breath, and we'll be back with Owen Grover at weight class 170. Stay with us. We got more action for you right here on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Whether it's an orthopedic, sports, or occupational injury you are suffering from,
Regional Medical Center Therapy Services has you covered. With a customized treatment program, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services can get you back on track in the active game of life. Regional Medical Center, excellence in healthcare close to home.
Kramer Brothers Dairy Supply in Monticello appreciates all the hard work and dedication put forth in the classroom and in the gym. Best of luck to all area athletes in tournament play from your dairy experts. Kramer Brothers Dairy Supply in Monticello.
Beck's, the largest family-owned retail seed company in the United States, is dedicated to the needs and profitability of farmers. With access to the most diverse genetic and trait offerings in the world, Beck's provides farmers with the right products for their farm. To place a Beck's seed order today or to inquire about a dealership opportunity, contact John McMillan, your local Beck's seed advisor at 319-350-6580.
At Tauke Motors, we believe in a gentler, simpler way of doing business. Check out our large selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, as well as a great incentive at TaukeMotors.com. If you're looking for a new, pre-owned vehicle or service on your current vehicle, come to Tauke Motors, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram on 9th Street in Dyersville.
Simon's Grain and Feed wish all area athletes and coaching staff continued success in tournament play. For all your feed and grain needs, see the experts at Simon's Grain and Feed, locally owned and operated in Manchester.
Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory wishes all the best to the athletes and appreciates their hard work and scholastic efforts throughout the year. For personal, caring service, Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Points.
Riker Shoes is your specialty shoe store in Dyersville. They carry women's shoes to size 13 and men's shoes to size 18. They now carry Merrill and Clark brand shoes. Riker Shoes are open Monday through Friday, 9 until 5:30, Saturdays, 9 until 4, and evenings by appointment. Best of luck to all area athletes from Riker Shoes in Dyersville.
Mosher Family Pharmacy is your specialist pharmacy in Elkader. They also carry special gift items and cards. Mosher Family Pharmacy wish all area athletes and coaching staff continued success. Mosher Family Pharmacy in Elkader.
Crop Production Services in Dyersville and Worthington for all your ag input needs. They're your team to call. Congratulations to all the student athletes on your achievements from CPS in Dyersville and Worthington.
For more than 80 years, GMB has lived its mission to help customers achieve their financial dreams. Supporting the communities where you live, work, and play is important to us because that's where we live too. It's where we provide great service, sound advice, and solutions to meet your financial needs. GMB Bank, member FDIC.
For all your residential and commercial plumbing, heating, and electrical needs, call Meyer Mechanical in Dyersville. Meyer Mechanical, wishing all area athletes and coaching staff in tournament action continued success.
For all your general contracting needs, turn to the professionals at Lucky Building Service in Manchester. For commercial, remodeling, and building, and new home construction, call the experts, Lucky Building Service in Manchester, 563-927-5677.
Back into Wells Fargo Arena. Owen Grover going to be up right now in front of us over on mat number 5 as he will be taking on Michael Kent from Iowa Falls. As Grover, the sophomore, 34-3. Kent, a senior, ranked number 5, 34-5 on the season. I tell you what, short, stocky. Michael Kent from Iowa Falls comes to the mat. And we're ready to go at 170 pounds.
I'll tell you what, this is going to be a great match. You got two guys that the records are even. Owen Grover just had an exceptional season, and nothing flashy about him. He is just solid, and the things that he does very, very well. The Walmart Conference champ of 170, and I'm telling you what, he's just very, very steady, and he'll make you wrestle the whole 6 minutes. Kent now with the front headlock on Grover. Grover doing a nice job controlling that elbow. And off the edge of the mat, they go back to center. Michael Kent trying to work an inside tie, work position. Grover doing a nice job on the retie. There's a drop-in single now by Kent. I'll tell you what, that was physical right there. He picked up that left knee of Owen Grover and hit him with a back trip. Bounced off that Resolite, and Kent covered him up. So the physicality of Michael Kent is on display right here in period number 1. 2-0 is the score as we are just underway. Waiting in the wings of weight class 182, we'll have Peyton Olsen from Independence and Harrison Goebel. They are back-to-back in the bracket. If both those guys win, if Goebel wins and Olsen wins, that will be a quarterfinal round match. Off the edge of the mat goes Grover and Kent one more time. 51 seconds left now. We'll see if Kent lets him up. Not sure what's happening. It looks like Michael Kent might have a bloody nose as he'll go to the blood corner. And our trainers here, we haven't talked about them yet this round. The Iowa State trainers are here. Our team doctor, Dr. Zachary, has donated his time this week to be here. And they do an outstanding job of tending to our athletes and getting some very, very valuable experience here at the state tournament. So Michael Kent taking care of a little issue there with his nose. They got a little bit of blood. They're wiping that up on the mat, cleaning everybody off, and we're going to go back to action here in just a second. We've got 3 more matches this round. We're at 182, and then we go 195, and then we'll have to wait until the wrestlebacks come back through. So no upper weights as far as 220 and 285 in Class 2A for our area wrestlers. There's a 1-point escape now by Grover on the restart. Kent is going to let him cut him loose here. So Owen Grover will have to find a way to slow down this very explosive and powerful Kent. There's Kent in on a double. He's going to collapse the knees of Grover and pick up a 2-point takedown. And now a tilt attempt by Kent, and Grover has to go belly down and cover himself up so as not to expose his shoulders. Kent right back up on top, right in the inside rib. Now a high thigh ride by Michael Kent as he's got the left leg. Now he throws a cross body ride in on the left side of Owen Grover, and Grover's going to try to kick that leg free. Tripod stand-up switch attempt by Grover. We'll see if he can cut the corner. He might have 2 here. Nice switch by Owen Grover. He'll pick up 2. Traditional long switch. I love that move. He used the pressure that Michael Kent was giving him to cut the corner and pull himself back around for a 2-point reversal. It's 4-3, and that was right at the end of the period. So nice job by Owen Grover to get himself back in the match. 4-3 now is your score. Kent's choice to start the second. He will choose down, and Grover will ride the left side. There's a quick stand-up by Kent. Too quick, as a referee's going to call a caution. I'm not sure who they're going to give the caution to. It looks like they gave it to Owen Grover, but Kent was quickly up, clearly before the whistle. And Kent will get set. There's the first set. Grover will jump on top. There's the second set. Quick stand-up again by Kent. Works good hand control. Grover will drop in on a single and step to the outside. Michael Kent now draped over the top, over the back of Owen Grover. Now he picks up the right ankle of Owen Grover and tries to stuff the head and spin around. Grover's going to maintain control, and we're going to get a stalemate right there, and officials not going to let him waste any time in that position. So we'll get a restart. 143 and counting. See, we've got some 182-pounders just taking the mat. And Peyton Olsen will be the third match at 182, and Harrison Goebel will be match number 4 at 182. Stand-up attempt again by Kent, and Grover's going to drop down. There's going to be a 1-point escape by Kent now as he backed away and broke the grip of Owen Grover. Grover now in on a long shot, tries to Kelly off that, and off the edge of the mat goes Michael Kent. 5-3 is your score, 1:18 left to go in period number 2. Michael Kent staggered stance, leading with that left leg, and he's been very explosive, very quick. Does a nice job of finding angles. Owen Grover is now trying to tie up the hands of Michael Kent and get something, trying to tie him up so he doesn't have the freedom to move like he has been. 58 seconds left, 5-3 is our match score. Owen Grover not out of this thing in any sense of the word. There's that single again by Kent. He's going to drop in. He's got the left leg of Owen Grover. Grover draped over the top of Kent. Kent's going to bring him back down to the match scramble situation by Grover, and Kent's going to come out on top, pull his head out, cover the hips up of Owen Grover, and pick up a 2-point takedown with 37 seconds left to go in period number 2. It's now 7-3.
Well, you talked about Grover not being out of the match, and even with that takedown, still not out of the match. You just got to keep moving here with just 20 seconds left to go in this second period. So you got to keep moving. You're down 4. Now you're down 3 as he picks up the escape. So now you really got to go to work if you're Owen Grover.
It's going to be Grover's choice to start the third. So he's going to claw his way back into this match. If he can just find a way to take Michael Kent down, because Kent's going to wrestle him on his feet. 3 seconds left to go. So it's going to be Grover's choice. And he will choose down on mat number 7. Now we got Peyton Nolting from Independence taking on Luke Jennis from Sheldon South O'Brien. And on deck now will be Harrison Goebel from West Delaware taking on Peyton Nolton's taking on Ben Lee from Ballard, and Harrison Goebel's taking on Luke Jennis from Sheldon South O'Brien. So that'll be on the next mat. Underway here, Grover choosing down. There's going to be a 1-point escape as Kent basically cuts him loose. Now it's 7-5. We'll see if Owen Grover can find a way to dent that defense of Michael Kent, and that defense has been his best offense, attacking the left side of Owen Grover.
Nolting and Lee underway over on mat number 7. As Peyton Nolting, one of the 2 Mustang state qualifiers, we'll see Hunter Crawford up here at 195 pounds. As Harrison Goebel will be up on mat number 3.
There's another takedown by Michael Kent as he came to an underhook on the left side of Owen Grover. Then he went to a cross knee pick and set Grover on his left hip and then covered him up for a 2-point takedown. It's now 9-5. And guys, what we've seen is the Beckman Blazers have had trouble on their feet. And that might be Coach Hotek taking some notes there. There's going to be back points by Michael Kent as he's got a tilt. No back points. Got a 1,001 count out of it as he's got Owen Grover loaded up on his left hip, trying to tilt Grover for some back points. 43 seconds left to go in this match. On mat number 3 is Harrison Goebel from West Delaware taking on Luke Jennis from Sheldon South O'Brien. So all of our area wrestlers are side by side there. Bang, 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 they go.
It's over on mat number 7. It's a 2-0 lead for Ben Lee as he picks up the takedown on Peyton Nolting over on mat number 7.
And Owen Grover's going to pick up one more point via an escape, and it's going to be 9-6 now with 10 seconds left. So he's got an opportunity to tie this thing up. He's going to try to throw Kent. Kent's going to sag on it, and might have it. There's a headlock by Grover, and no points there as time runs out. Another good effort there by Owen Grover. Comes up short. He's going to lose that match by a score of 9-6. Harrison Goebel taken down by Luke Jennis. And Jennis trying to work a chicken wing on the right side of Harrison Goebel. There's 55 seconds left to go in that match. Jennis looks very physical. His record is 34-5. And he's got a chicken wing on the junior from West Delaware trying to step over the head. A lot of guys have tried to turn Harrison Goebel in this position without any luck. Goebel using all of that length of his body to brace as Jennis is on the right side trying to run that chicken wing. Got a single wing, and that's going to be potentially dangerous. Nolte now gives up a 2-point takedown to start the second period, and it's now 4-0. So he's got some work to do. We might see on the back side. And now Harrison Goebel comes to his feet here, trying to split the hands of Jennis, trying to go to a long switch. He might get it here if he can cut the corner. Jennis in a re-switch. Goebel trying to cut the corner, showing some strength here. And he's going to pick up a 2-point reversal and a long switch. And a nice job by Goebel. And he's going to go to that Augsburg right as he steps over the right ankle of Luke Jennis. And now let's see if he can hit that crossface and set that cradle up. That's going to do it for period number 1. Nice period by Goebel.
Yeah, it really was. You know, in getting that reversal late in that period was very key for Harrison Goebel has now a chicken wing on the right side over here for Ben Lee from Ballard on Peyton Nolting. It's already 4-0, and now we're going to get stalling against Ben Lee as he's just sitting there on that chicken wing, not trying to run it in any way. So we're going to get stalling warning against Ben Lee as it's 4-0, 52 seconds left to go in the second period for Peyton Nolting and Ben Lee.
Well, it will be Harrison Goebel's choice to start the second as Jenness deferred over to him, and Goebel's going to go back down. Jenness gets high riding, good hand control by the junior from West Delaware. He's got the left hand of Luke Jenness trapped, and we're going to go to neutral as Goebel will pick up a 1-point escape and now take the lead 3-2 with 1:32 left to go. So Goebel's got to find a way to attack Jenness. Jenness is going to tap and go and attack the right leg of Harrison Goebel. He's got two hands on that right leg looking for a single leg takedown. Is Jenness, the sophomore from South O'Brien, very physical. He's going to lift Harrison Goebel up now. He just kept knee sliding into that shot, Zach. I thought Goebel was in great position to down block him. Jenness now taking a timeout on the edge of the mat. Not sure what that's about. He was about 3 seconds on the edge of the mat, not coming back to the center.
I think if Goebel right here stays on the offense and continues to get him moving, Jenness is going to continue to move backwards and start not taking shots. I think he can win this match by just being out conditioning him.
There's a sweep single by Goebel. He's got the left leg of Jenness pinched, and he's going to spike it, and he's going to hit a go behind and pick up two. That's a nice job by Goebel as he will cut the corner on Jenness and pick up two. We might get a stalemate, and we go off the edge of the mat. So Goebel will take a 5-2 lead now, and you said it, Zach. He's just coming and coming and coming.
6-0 lead over there now for Ben Lee as he picks up another takedown to start this third period over Peyton Nolting. As we're in the third period, 1:24 now, a cradle locked up, near side cradle locked up by Ben Lee. He's trying to take that big step and scoop the leg of Peyton Nolting. Nolting has to think big body here, go big body here, and try to sprawl out and break that grip of Ben Lee, and he does with 1:05 left to go in this third period, trailing 6-0 as Nolting now up to his feet. He's going to split the hands of Lee, and he's up to his feet for a 1-point escape. It's 6-1 now in favor of Ben Lee from Ballard over Peyton Nolting from Independence.
Harrison Goebel working on a butcher. Don't want to give up any points here as Jenness tried to come to a switch. And no exchange there. Nice job by Harrison Goebel. Did not give Jenness any points there. He had a butcher locked up, and he couldn't quite lift the knee of Jenness and toss him to his back. Jenness now will, did they call locking hands on Goebel?
Yes, they did.
Another takedown over there by Ben Lee. It's 8-1. 30 seconds left to go in this match for Peyton Nolting. So Nolting has to get back to his feet and go feet to back here as he's down 7 here. Late in this match, he is back to his feet. He's got to think fall here as he's down 6 points. 20 seconds left to go as he's going to go underhooks, double underhooks on Ben Lee. Now he's got an underhook on the right side. He's going to try to come with a body lock. Now front headlock, and he's going to almost stepped over a whizzer. You don't want to do that if you're Peyton Nolting. 8 seconds left to go, and it looks like Peyton Nolting is going to run out of time, and it's going to be another 2-point takedown for Ben Lee. So he'll win 10-2. A major decision for Ben Lee on Peyton Nolting.
Harrison Goebel working on his textbook move, that Augsburg ride. I think he's trying to lock up a cradle. I think he's got the cradle locked up. Let's see if he can step over Luke Jenness and throw him to his back. Jenness very, very physical, very, very strong. We are 121. Goebel up 5-3 and working on a pinning combination here. Jenness is trying to reach back and grab that right ankle of Harrison Goebel. Goebel doing a great job on top, being very physical on the sophomore from Sheldon, South O'Brien. Now Goebel trying to lock up a cradle. He's got Jenness balled up. Let's see if he can lock those long arms around the sophomore. He's got the cradle locked up. Let's see if he can go hip to hip and bump Jenness. He's got a cradle locked up with 49 seconds left, and Jenness once again spreads out those long, strong legs and breaks the grip of Goebel. But Goebel will pop back over to the right side, and he'll lock that cradle up. He's got it locked up now, cross-face cradle. Well, once he gets that locked up, Zach, it's like he can't pop Jenness to his back, and Jenness reacts very quickly and goes chest down.
Jennings is doing a nice job of keeping that right leg out and building the big base down there, so he's unable. Goebel is unable to turn it.
Over on mat number 7 is going to be Hunter Crawford from Independence taking on Zach Stork from Atlantic as Stork ranked number 5. They're underway on mat 7. You'll let you finish Goebel and Jennings.
Nice job by Goebel. He's going to switch sides. He's got a ball and chain on Jennings, trying to look for some back points. He's got 19 seconds. If you're Harrison Goebel, you're in a great position right here to ride this out. Jennings is going to reach through and grab the left knee of Harrison Goebel. If you're Goebel, you can't hang on here. You got to continue to apply pressure forward like he's doing. And Goebel is 3 seconds away from winning this first round match, and he does. That's a great win for Harrison Goebel, as he's going to win this thing 5-3, and he will move on, and he will wrestle Ben Lee. He will wrestle Ben Lee, the junior from Ballard, in that quarterfinal round match, as Ben Lee was a 10-2 winner over Peyton Holting from Independence. Peyton Holting will now take on Luke Jennings on that backside, so they're going to flip-flop opponents, and we'll see Peyton Holting and Luke Jennings in about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. Well, let's pop over to weight class 195, and that's Hunter Crawford from Independence. And it's scoreless over there. He's taking on Zach Stork, the senior from Atlantic, who's 41-7. And Atlantic wrestling all day yesterday. We'll see if Stork shows any ill effects of showing up and wrestling in the state duels yesterday. See if Hunter Crawford can take advantage of that. Contrasting records here, as Stork is 41-7 and Crawford is 20-8. So once again, Stork with twice as many matches as Hunter Crawford. Stork ranked number 5 at 41-7. He's got a heavily bandaged left shoulder. He's got a heavy wrap on that. And our first period is going to come to an end here with a scoreless tie here, 0-0. It'll be Crawford's choice, and he will choose down to start the second period. So Hunter Crawford, the junior, Zach Stork, the senior. Once this match is over, we'll have a fair break, as the 220-pounders have not been called up to the match yet. Everybody at 195. We've still got one 182-pound match going on mat 8. So we'll sit through the 220-pounders, the 285-pounders, and the 106-pounders. And then
113.
And the 113, and then we'll come back with Grant Hager at 120. So it'll be a little bit of a break after Hunter Crawford. Crawford chose down. Zach Stork up on top running an inside wrist. And I'm telling you what, he rolled that out to a bar, and he had that thing going past 90, and our official was right on the spot there, stopping that match for potentially dangerous. And here's the reset. Spiral ride by Stork. He goes to that claw ride. He's inside the thigh of Crawford. Crawford comes with a very nice stand-up. He's going to split the hands of Stork and turn and face him for a one-point escape. So Crawford will dent the scoreboard first with a nice one-point escape. Now he's got to find something successful on his feet. 109 and counting, period number 2. And off the mat they go. And I'm not sure that the Independence coaches want Hunter Crawford to be going upper body with Zach Stork. Hard collar tie by Stork with the left hand, and a retie now by Crawford. Crawford looking for inside position. Stork trying to go to double underhooks. I'm telling you what. Boy, that was a very, very tough double underhook there, and Crawford backed out of it. There's a low single by Crawford. Just missed the mark. A sweep single. Now Stork coming back with that double underhook, trying an inside trip, and Hunter Crawford backs away from it. And here we go, back to neutral. So a flurry of action. I like that shot by Crawford. And it was just kind of, I think he surprised himself on how open that shot was, Zach.
Yeah, you see Stork right now continuing to, stay upper body, looking to hit stuff upper body. So if he continues, to hit those low single shots, I think he'll be surprised on getting a takedown too.
So our referee's going to go over to the table quickly. I'm not sure what they're going to talk about. There's 23 seconds left to go on the clock. We've got Crawford up 1-0 on that escape. And they put 4 seconds, they put 5 seconds, they put 6 seconds back on the clock. 30 seconds now in the second period. So if Hunter Crawford can find a takedown here, that would be huge going to the third period, because it will be Zach Stork's choice in the third. 17 seconds and counting for Hunter Crawford. Crawford's trying to tie Stork up. Stork again coming right to that upper body tie with that underhook on the left side, and Crawford's going to keep his head in there and block him off with 6 seconds. I think our official's going to talk to Crawford about blocking off. Crawford went right back to that sweep single. Again, missed the mark, but that was a great shot. That's going to be Stork's choice. He will choose down to start the third. Calling the 220-pounders are just being called to the mat here. Stork's choice, he will choose down. Crawford up on top with a tight waist. Tight waist now, spiral ride by Crawford. He's got the left hand in the thigh, and he's bumping the left arm or right hand in the thigh, bumping the left arm of Stork, trying to bump him off his base. And Stork now with a high leg over, and he's going to pick up a 2-point reversal. Looks like Stork just kind of set up Hunter Crawford, waited for Hunter Crawford to adjust himself. And as he did, felt the change of pressure, and he picked up a 2-point reversal there with a high leg over. Almost had Crawford stomped on his back. But Crawford recovers nicely. Now an inside wrist on the right by Stork, and Crawford will roll that wrist out and cover himself back up. 1:11 left to go in the match. Zach Stork up 2-1. Now we're going to get stalling against Stork. Good call by our official. Crawford will get a restart with 1:07 left to go in the period. Nice job by Crawford, convincing that official that he's working. Still not out of this match. Now we'll get a caution against Stork. Now we're going to get a caution against Crawford for starting early. All right, there's the first set. Here comes the second set. There's the whistle. Hard chop by Stork as Crawford belly down in the center of the mat. Now an inside wrist by Stork. Going to try to roll that right wrist out to a bar. He does. Crawford's going to kind of come to a stand-up. He's going to face Stork. And now we're tied up with 50 seconds left to go in the match at 2-2. We're tied up at deuces here with with 44 seconds left to go in the match. A takedown by Hunter Crawford, boy, that would be huge. Stork has been called for stalling, so Crawford does a nice job facing him off and pushing him to the edge of the mat. 35 seconds and counting. Might have an overtime match here. It's looking like it right now. Stork's got a couple of good moves, and Crawford's had a couple of nice shots on that sweep single, but neither one has hit the mark. 20 seconds and counting now. Deuce is up on the board. If you're Hunter Crawford, you got to stay at it. There's a post and drop-in single. Zach Stork, he just posted the elbow of Hunter Crawford, dropped it on the single, drove across him, covered his hips up. Now with 12 seconds left to go, Stork very opportunistic right here. Picked up that 2-point takedown late. And we'll get a caution here against Green. That would be Stork. And Stork's talking, their officials talking to Stork about that caution. Crawford not out of it. He's got 10 seconds. A long switch here. There's a 1-point escape. It's 4-3. Now it's got to take him down. Got to find something that's going to work. A long double shot.
Stalling. Yeah. How many seconds are left? 3?
Yeah, I'm not sure if nobody's going to call that. They're going to let this thing play out, and that's going to do it. Hunter Crawford loses a tough match. Tell you what, he wrestled his tail off right there, losing 4-3 to number 5 ranked Zach Stork. Nice match there by Hunter Crawford, but it comes up just a little bit short, and the senior from Atlantic will move on, and Hunter Crawford at 195 will take on the loser of Seth Moore from Ballard and Caleb Olson. I think Olson won that match by a fall, but we'll have that. Jamie will have that for you.
He did.
So Seth Moore, it'll be Hunter Crawford and Seth Moore on that.
Olson won by fall.
Caleb Olson won by fall, so Seth Moore and Hunter Crawford will wrestle on the back side.
Yes.
And Seth Moore is a senior at 33-4 now, so another not an easy match for Hunter Crawford on the back side. Well, gentlemen, they've got 220-pounders up right now. no 285-pounders. So we've got a break here till 120 wrestlebacks are coming back. So we'll take a timeout. We'll send it back to the station. And Janelle's got some spots to play there for us. And we'll catch our breath and be ready for these wrestlebacks. We've got a lot of them and some tight matches, some hard-fought matches yet to be wrestled. So stay with us. We've got more hold-by-hold action for you from the well. State tournament action on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Good luck to all the area athletes from Adams Family Furniture, downtown Independence. With over 42 years in the furniture business, you can shop quality brand names by Lazy Boy, Broyhill, Chromecraft, Peters Revington, plus many, many more. Shop Adams Family Furniture, downtown Independence, with free delivery, where they will never be undersold on like-quality furniture.
At Dupaco Community Credit Union, we know debt happens. A debt checkup from Dupaco ensures it's not costing you more than it should. With historic low interest rates, now is the time to bring your loans to Dupaco. Contact us at 563-927-6187 or visit dupaco.com.
Let Manchester Cabinetry's 26 years of craftsmanship and experience design a kitchen or bath for your new home or remodel project. Give Bob or Lynn a call at Manchester Cabinetry at 563-927-4549. All drawings are done in 3D. Manchester Cabinetry, located at 1101 East Main Street in Manchester. And be sure to like them on Facebook.
Edgewood Feed Mill wishes all the area athletes good luck in tournament play. Edgewood Feed Mill, where improved nutrition and modern technology produce healthier food for healthier living. Edgewood Feed Mill, your full feed and grain service and U.S. feed dealer in Edgewood.
Edgewood Oil Incorporated carries all major brands of lubricants and case oils. They carry a full line of industrial oil products, aviation oils, and antifreeze, XL brand lubricants, quality oil priced right. Edgewood Oil also carries methanol, mineral spirit, and washer fluid, and are a direct distributor of Camco brand lubricants. Edgewood Oil Incorporated in Manchester, open Monday through Saturday.
The Manchester Press is your community newspaper. Check out the sports section for game stats and photos of area players and game highlights. The Manchester Press, serving the area for over 130 years.
Wolfcool Electric specializes in residential, commercial, agricultural, industrial, and aerial work. They sell and service Generac generators and renewable energy systems. When you need electrical sales and service, call the experts at Wolfcool Electric, 563-922-2395.
Great food and great fun with friends. That's what's waiting for you at Beaver's Lounge in Manchester. Check out their Thursday night bucket of wings special and Friday night fish special. Beavers also has a different lunch special every Monday through Friday. Beavers Lounge on the corner of Main and Madison in downtown Manchester. Leave it to Beavers to show you a good time.
Rife Funeral Home is proud to support all area athletes and coaching staff and wish them continued success in tournament play. They realize the hard work and dedication it takes in the classroom and in the gym. Rife Funeral Home with locations in Dyersville, Farley, Epworth, and Cascade.
Heiberger Insurance in Epworth and Heritage Mutual Insurance handle a variety of insurance products serving Dubuque and surrounding eastern Iowa counties. Working together with neighbors, helping neighbors remains their focus. You can rely on Heiberger Insurance of Epworth and Heritage Mutual for all of your property and liability insurance needs. Proud supporters of the Western Dubuque Bobcats.
Newhouse Construction and Concrete is proud to support all our area athletes. Give Phil a call at 927-5178 for your commercial, ag, or residential projects, or visit newhouseconstruction.com. Newhouse Construction and Concrete turns design into reality.
Delclay Farm Equipment is your hometown equipment dealer in Edgewood. Delclay Farm Equipment has preventative service programs with guaranteed prices with a 49-point inspection available. Check them out at delclay.com.
Teams build strong programs by mastering the fundamentals of the game. Our F&M Bank team has also built a strong foundation on mastering the fundamentals in banking, where a handshake goes a long way. You are provided clear-cut solutions to your financial questions, where you are greeted by name. This is the F&M Personal Touch. F&M Bank, the right choice, member FDIC.
McDowell Repair is your one-stop shop for all your parts and repair needs, including AC, brakes, batteries, belts, exhaust, shocks, tires, and tire repair. They have highly experienced mechanics that are ready to keep your vehicle in top working condition. Why are you waiting? Call McDowell Truck and Auto Repair at 563-932-2661, located on Highway 13 south of Manchester. Like them on Facebook.
For all your residential and commercial plumbing, heating, and electrical needs, call Meyer Mechanical in Dyersville. Meyer Mechanical, wishing all area athletes and coaching staff in tournament action continued success.
You may not wear glasses or contacts, but how do you know if you're seeing your best or if your eyes are healthy? Why not be proactive and get your eyes examined?
championships. As coming up here at 120 pounds, it'll be Grant Hager from Beckman getting ready to take the mat. I believe he'll go to mat 7.
Mat number 7 at 120, Grant. Right on cue, Jamie.
He will go to mat 7 as he's going to be taking on Preston Craven of Humboldt, the freshman at 35-12. Hager, the sophomore, at 32-12. So it should be another good match here for Grant Hager, the sophomore from Beckman.
Well, Jamie, this is go time. You win this match, you stay in the tournament, you lose, and you're done, and you go home, and your season's over, and all those rotten things. So Grant Hager, he's only a sophomore. He's had a fantastic year, but I know he'd like to stay into this tournament. And he's got a freshman that's 35-12 now. So an opportunity for Grant Hager to get himself a win here and to get after it. And he's going to have to find a way to really be active on his feet. He only scored 3 points in that match against St. John Briggs. So he's going to have to open up his offense. He's got a great offense, but he's going to have to open it up here, Zach. And there's no tomorrows. It's 6 minutes or whatever you got left in your body.
That's exactly right, Roger. You got to continue to come out here and stay on your offense. Live to see another day here. So we'd like to see Hager get on his offense and get the first points in this match and continue to cruise for a win.
Well, he's attacking the right side of the freshman from Humboldt, and it looks like he's going to pull his head out. He did a nice job shooting a single. He had an inside single. His head was caught in the inside, and then he just kept traveling through the legs and came out the back door. And that's a nice job by Hager to go up early, 2-0, with a 1:27 left to go in period number 1. So that's a little bit better start this match. And again, first-time qualifier down here, Zach. You take that first match, get the jitters out, and then you refocus and say, hey, it's just another tournament. I got to get out and get after it here. There's a stand-up by Craven, and Hager's going to drop in on a single and shove Craven off the mat. Craven has won 35 matches. Look at their records. They're even Steven. Basically 32-12 for Hager, now 35-12 for Craven. Stand-up by Craven. Nice front trip by Hager, and once again off the edge of the mat. A lot of wrestling on the white lines here. Morgan Rowley at 126 was a 10-7 winner over Isaac Dixon from Spirit Lake. So he'll get to go back to the hotel room and have a nice quiet evening and be ready to go tomorrow. Here's the reset. Here comes the inside stand-up. Nice job by the freshman from Humboldt. Got himself back to his feet, but a front trip by Hager takes Craven back down to the mat. Now an inside wrist by Hager on the right side. He tried to lock up a half Nelson on the left side, but Craven quickly reached up and peeled the half Nelson off. So Hager will readjust. He's doing a nice job. Pressure forward, 42 seconds, but Craven is back up to his feet once again, and Hager's going to have to shove him off the edge. So we'll go back to the middle and restart one more time. Next up at weight class 138 will be Jake Raker for Beckman. 34 seconds and counting, first period. Grant Hager trying to keep himself in this tournament. Again, after this round, there will be 12 wrestlers left in each weight. Right now, there are 16. You lose twice and you're done. So Hager trying to get himself into the round of 12, and that will give him an opportunity to get to the medal podium. Chicken wing now by Hager on the left side of Craven. He's got it locked up. He tries to run it, and Craven gets to his knees, and Hager bumps him forward, and that's going to do it for the first period. I like the aggressiveness by Grant Hager at the end of that period, Zach.
Yeah, he's switching from pinning combinations to other pinning combinations, jumping sides, working on wings, working on halves. So it's a great thing to see from Hager right here, and hopefully he continues to get a turn and get a fall here.
Now we're going to go neutral to start period number 2. And Hager had the first takedown of the match. Craven looks like he's got very, very fast, very quick feet. Hager's doing a nice job tying his arms up and not giving him that freedom to shoot. Craven back to the center. Hager back to the center. There's the whistle, 141. There's a tap and go by Craven. as he gets in on a single to the left side of Hager. Hager's going to have to really fight out of this as the freshman from Humboldt is in deep. Hard whizzer by Hager. He's trying to stuff the head of Craven. Craven now trying to circle behind Hager. And he's trying to lift that left knee up. Now he's going to cut across to a double. Craven tries to cut across to a double. Nice down block by Hager. We might get a stalemate here. Hard whizzer. Now Craven back, circles around to the left side of Hager, tries to spike that left heel. And now we'll get a stalemate as Hager threw a whizzer in. Threw that whizzer in and locked it up to his ankle. There's another tap and go by Craven. He's going to try to hit Kelly. And as he does, Hager sags. He's got Craven on his back. He looked like he was pinned as he was flat on his back. Hager's going to tee out. Craven's going to try to roll through. Hager's going to readjust. He's got a half Nelson in, and he's going to scoop the right arm of Creston Craven. He's got 42 seconds. Now Hager steps over, and there's the fall right there. There's the fall in 3:23. Grant Hager will win by a fall, and he will live to wrestle again tomorrow. So he'll pick up, I think that's the Blazers' first win of the tournament, isn't it, Jamie? So Grant Hager will pick up the first win of the Beckman Catholic Blazers as he wins by a fall there in 3:23. He'll knock Creston Craven out of the tournament. And he'll live to wrestle tomorrow, which is a great thing. Now we got to wait for the 138-pounders to come up. So we'll take another short break, and we'll have Jake Raker, and then we'll be right back with Mitch Mangold and Cody Feldman. So it'll be bang, bang, bang after this next break. So we'll take a timeout. We'll be right back with Jake Raker. Stay with us. Got more exciting action for you from the well on Eastern Iowa's wrestling headquarters, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Best of luck to all our area athletes, teams, and coaches from your tax professionals at H&R Block in Manchester. Nobody gets more of your money back than Block. Visit them today to get your maximum refund, guaranteed. Based on maximum refund guarantee, not everyone gets a refund. For details, visit H&R Block at 1208 West Main Street in Manchester.
D&M Construction does residential, commercial, and agricultural construction. So if you're planning to remodel, build new, or need a hog confinement, pole, or steel frame building, see Mike Sherbring, owner of D&M Construction in Edgewood.
Cooper's Place in Ryan are proud to support all area athletes and coaches in tournament action. They understand the hard work and dedication put forth in the gym and in the classroom. Best of luck for Mike and his staff at Cooper's Place in Ryan.
Why make 10 calls when you can make one call to Mormon Insurance, a member of People's Insurance in Manchester, and get the best quote from 10 different companies on your auto, home, and farm insurance? You can depend on Mormon Insurance for fast, friendly service and quality coverage. Call Kathy or Rachel today at 927-2263. Mormon Insurance, a member of People's Insurance in Manchester.
Fairway and Independence applauds all area athletes and coaches on a very successful season and wishes them continued success in tournament action. Fairway, treating customers like family. Always fresh, always affordable, always Fairway in Independence.
Going above and beyond is a standard of care at Above and Beyond Home Health and Hospice Care. Their compassionate staff care deeply about the comfort of their patients. A nurse is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Above and Beyond Healthcare, the more they care, the more beautiful life becomes. Proudly serving Jones, Jackson, Johnson, Lynn, Clayton, and Delaware counties. Bob Stephen Motors in Manchester proudly supports all area athletes. Bob Stephen Motors is your locally owned and operated GM dealer in Manchester. Visit them on the web at bobstephenmotors.com.
East Buchanan Telephone Co-op in Winthrop are proud to support the East Buchanan athletes and all area athletes and wish them continued success. East Buchanan Telephone Co-op, your total communication source in Winthrop. Call 319-935-3011.
Easy Pickens, Quick and Handy, and McDermott Oil wish all area athletes and coaching staff continued success in tournament action. Stop into one of their stores for delicious Godfather's Pizza. Good luck from everyone at Easy Pickens in Manchester, Quick and Handy in Dyersville, Lamont and Epworth, and McDermott Oil in Cascade.
Since 1995, Edgewood Feed Mill Construction has provided customers with a quality, pre-engineered building package for their swine facility needs. Edgewood Feed Mill Construction is a general contractor and will assist you with the construction of your livestock facility, start to finish. For more information on Edgewood Feed Mill Construction, contact Steve Harris at 563-920-7835.
Cork and Bottle in Manchester are proud to support all area athletes and coaches in tournament action. They understand the hard work and dedication put forth in the gym and in the classroom. Best of luck from Rick and his staff at Cork and Bottle in Manchester.
Wapsie Valley Creamery in Independence has over 100 years of experience. Wapsie Valley Creamery is a family-owned business dedicated to serving Eastern Iowa farmers. Good luck to all the area athletes from Wapsie Valley Creamery in Independence and Reload Station in Epworth, partners in excellence.
This is Fred Smock from Dunlap Motors in Independence with Chevy, Buick, and certified pre-owned Chevy, Buick, and GMC, and nearly 300 new and used cars and trucks in stock. We have big town inventory with small town service. Go to DunlapMotorsIndy.com.
Beaton Bender Manufacturing Incorporated is a family-owned and operated business that has been a worldwide supplier of hydraulic shears and press brakes since 1972. Beaton Bender Manufacturing in Coggin is proud to support all area athletes and coaching staff.
At Precision Collision, we are committed to providing you with high-quality auto body repair and paint refinishing. Our expertly trained technicians can repair all accidental damage and get you back on the road in no time. Come visit me, Jeff, for a free estimate. We are located along Highway 20 at the Delaware turnoff. Precision Collision, one call does it all, quality guaranteed.
Best of luck to all area athletes from your friends at Pets Allowed in Independence, your pet's lodging, grooming, and training specialist for 17 plus years. Contact Pets Allowed at 334-7387, 334-PETS, Independence.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. It takes the right financial partner who cares as much about your future as you do, building a financial plan to meet your life's priorities and helping you achieve the financial security you're after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact me, Mitch Payton, or Matt Schulte today. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together.
The staff at Bowen Camp Murdoch Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Manchester and Clifton Murdoch Funeral Home in Earlville are proud to support all area athletes and coaching staff in tournament action. Wishing you continued success from Bowen Camp Murdoch Funeral Home in Manchester and Clifton Murdoch Funeral Home in Earlville.
American Trust and Savings Bank wishes all area athletes and coaching staff continued success. American Trust and Savings Bank with locations in Dyersville, Farley, Dubuque, and Des Moines. Simply better banking. Check them out at americantrust.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Looking for a place to gather with family and friends? Your look is over. Gather your family and friends and head to the Hillside Sports Bar and Grill. Join them for some great food and sports before, during, or after the games. Best of luck from everyone at the Hillside Sports Bar and Grill.
Sight and good vision is very easy to take for granted until it is taken away. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is here to help you. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is located at 105 East Butler Street in Manchester and at 1113 West 3rd Street in Vinton. Your vision is our primary focus.
Back into the Wells Fargo Arena, Jamie, Roger, and Zach back along with you as Jake Raker from Beckman at 138-pound Consolation will take on Blake Ryerson of Winterset here in the Consolation, as we just saw Grant Hager get the Blazers on the board with a fall over Preston Craven of Humboldt. See if Jake Raker can follow suit here as he's out to a quick takedown over Blake Ryerson of Winterset.
Well, Jamie, here's a kid that's got 21 losses, so Jake Raker just needs to get physical and get to work here against this junior from Winterset, the Husky from Winterset. He just needs to get after it, keep the pressure on. He's got a nice chicken wing right now, and he's going to dump Ryerson to his back. Referee called potentially dangerous. That was just a sweet job by Raker with that chicken wing as he drove Ryerson to his back, and referee stopped it. I thought it was legal, but we're way up here, and the official down on the mat. So Raker again on the restart with that claw right in the thigh with his right. He goes far shoulder, far deltoid, and controlling Ryerson. Ryerson in a short sit. Now head lever by Raker. Let's see if he can pull that chicken wing out one more time in the middle of the mat and make it legal this time. 57 seconds and counting in period number 1. Short stand-up knee slide by Ryerson to his feet. Raker's going to try to lift and return. And Ryerson's working some hand control here. Got to be careful here. You don't want to get neck wrenched if you are Jake Raker. And he wisely lifts up Ryerson and carries him off the mat. And we will go back to the middle for another restart. 42 seconds. And waiting at 145 pounds is Mitchell Mangold for West Delaware. He'll be taking on Dylan Koresh from Charles City. And then Cody Feldman will be after that. There's a long shot by Ryerson. Tap and go as he's in on the left leg. The referee let him wrestle there. Nice job. He's in on the left leg and a back trip. And Raker bounced off there, and the referee let him wrestle. No points. I thought Ryerson might have had an opportunity at 2, but Jake Raker very, very quickly reacted to that shot. 12 seconds left to go in period number 1. Another long shot by Ryerson, a front headlock by Raker. And Zach, you guys at West Delaware were always so good in that front headlock position because you bounce the head and then you put the head in the hole, then you circle behind. And that's why it's so effective. Raker just was content just to hang on and squeeze that thing on the outside.
It was a position we worked on in practice all the time, situational wrestling and getting in that front headlock, starting the position in the front headlock, bouncing the head. If that didn't work by getting around, you definitely, the windmill. The windmill works if they got some weird pressure on you. So once again, we're not seeing much of that bouncing that head and getting that guide is, maybe get dazed and then go ahead and go get that go behind.
So that's what it takes. Well, we're going to start the second period, and Raker is going to choose down, and quickly the cross body ride comes in. We saw winner set. That's one of their tendencies. Potentially dangerous right there. So once again, our referee will stop it. That's a tendency. The winner set Huskies going with the cross body ride. Saw Jack Stryker from Mount Vernon be eliminated from the tournament 6-4 to a wrestler from Winterset, and he used the legs very effectively on the junior from Mount Vernon to bounce him from the tournament. Spiral ride now by Ryerson, as he's going to put the leg in this time on the left side. He goes right back to work on that cross body ride as he's got Raker broken down. Now sit out switch attempt by Raker. Let's see if he can turn this into 2. He's fighting the hands of Ryerson. Ryerson is a junior, as is Raker. Raker fighting hands. He's going to try to turn back into Ryerson. Now a hard crossface by Raker. Might have a 2-point switch here. 54 seconds and counting. Ryerson hanging on for dear life. And there's a 2-point reversal by Jake Raker. Very nice job there as he finally split the hands of Blake Ryerson and covered up his hips for a 2-point reversal. Now Raker up on top, going to work on the hands, going to work on the wrist of Ryerson, maybe trying to set up that chicken wing up.
Mat number 6 will be Mitchell Mangold.
Perfect placement as we have Jake Raker on 5. Mitchell Mangold will now be up on mat number 6, side by side here. So we'll be able to spy both of these matches and get them. There's a restart, and it's going to be a caution on Raker for starting before the whistle. And there's the restart. Raker right back to work with that claw right. He's up 4-1 with 15 seconds left to go in period number 2. Raker gets a little bit of high riding, and Ryerson tries to wing him down. And nice job by Raker as he breaks. He's going to run out of time as he breaks Ryerson down. That third period is going to be Ryerson's choice. He will choose down as Mangold and Koresh are at it in this wrestleback. There's the whistle. Ryerson on a long switch. And Raker does a very, very nice job with a tight waist, controlling those hips of Blake Ryerson. Ryerson 26-21, but wrestling much better than his record shows. Nice job by Mitchell Mangold. We talked about that front headlock situation. He's bouncing Koresh a couple of times. Let's see if he can turn this into 2. Knee slide attempt by Koresh. A go behind by Mangold. Let's see if he can turn this into 2. He's trying to cut the corner, and Koresh is going to find the outside. As Jake Raker has Ryerson broken down in the middle of the mat, leading 4-1 with 1:22 left to go. Then Dylan Koresh is a sophomore, 25-14. Now that chicken wing by Raker locked up on the left side of Ryerson. Let's see if Raker can be physical with it and turn Ryerson, tilt Ryerson over. He's got Ryerson tilted. He's picking up some back points.
And here's Mitchell Mangle with a 2-point takedown on Koresh. So he goes up 2-0 here with a minute left to go in this first period.
Raker's going to get 2 on the near fall, but he's going to give up as he gets high. He's going to give up a 2-point reversal. There's a fall by Mangold. Mitch Mangold rolls up Dylan Koresh and scores the fall. He stacked him right up with that ball and chain, rolled him up, got the fall, 1-13. Outstanding job. The orange and black faithful in the far corner up to their feet as the West Delaware Hawks, both of them stay alive.
Apparently you can't turn around, look away for 10 seconds, because I just said there was a minute left, and I looked at my computer screen for a second. Next thing you know, Mitchell Mangold has the fall. So great job by him picking up the fall and staying in the tournament.
Well, there's a reversal by Jake Raker. He goes up now 8-3 with 7 seconds left, so we're having a fantastic round. Our 2A wrestlers, none eliminated so far. There's a Granby roll attempt by Ryerson as time expires. That's going to be an 8-3 win by Jake Raker, and he will move on in that round of 12 to wrestle tomorrow. Now we're going to move to weight class 152. We've got Cody Feldman coming up. He'll be taking on Caleb Button from Van Meter at weight class 152. Van Meter Earlham.
That's a nice win by Raker, 8-3. You know that, and that's what you got to do. You know, we talked about these guys and how tough the first round was, but the area wrestlers have done a great job on this backside. Now we just need Cody Feldman, Owen Grover to do it here.
And Cody Feldman up on mat number 6 as he took the place of Mitchell Mangold, as Mangold made short work of Koresh from Charles City. Very physical Caleb Button from Van Meter trying to slide by, and Cody Feldman squares him off. Now Feldman with the 2-on-1 Russian tie. Button with a heavily bandaged shoulder, left shoulder. Got that thing wrapped up tight. He's a junior, Feldman the senior, and again, don't want to come down to the state meet, Zach, as a senior and go and leave this place 0-2. There's a nice single by Feldman. He cuts across to a double. He's going to lift Button, going to cover up the hips. He's going to step through and pick up 2. Might have a drive cradle set up. He's got a drive cradle locked up. Let's see if he can throw Button to his back and make short work of Button in this wrestle back. No back points as Button stretches out, breaks the grip of Feldman. We're off the mat, and we will get a restart. So great job of Cody Feldman. Started with the single, switched off to a double, and Jamie, as you said, he wasted no time once he got in on that shot.
No, he didn't, and that's what you got to do. You got to go right after it. If you're going to get in on a shot, go right away. Don't hesitate. Don't wait, because we see too many times where kids sit and they lose the takedown because of it. But great job there by Cody Feldman not doing that.
Feldman now working an inside wrist on the left side of Caleb Button. He's got Button going to his back. He scooped that forearm, went around the head, and with 21 seconds, Feldman's got an opportunity here to win by a fall. As he's going to reload that. That looks like a fall there. High bridge by Button with 11. Oh, I'm not sure why that's not a fall. There's the fall in 152. Cody Feldman winning by a fall.
That's a better round.
In 152, so Cody Feldman will move on in the round of 12. He'll join teammate Jake Raker and teammate Grant Hager in that round of 12. So an outstanding job there for the senior from Dyersville Beckman. And again, a nice job there. Again, guys coming down as a senior, not leaving here. At least you won a match, and that's a good start.
And Zach and I like to get our highlighters out. That's what if you get your highlighters out, you're moving on to the next round, and that's what we like. We've had a good round of getting the highlighters out.
Besides mine's pink.
Yours is pink.
That's better.
No,
than that yellow.
It is a couple days after Valentine's Day, so you can still get away with the pink the pink highlighter, but we like getting our highlighters out, and we love that we've done it a lot so far here in this first round. So we'll take a short break because we're waiting for Owen Grover, as he'll be up here shortly, as we're at weight class 160. So we'll have Owen Grover here in just a little bit. So stay with us. You're listening to the 2017 State Wrestling Tournament on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Milestones Group is a long-established Manchester CPA firm with services such as tax preparation and planning, accounting services, and business consulting. Everyone at Milestones Group wish all the area athletes, teams, coaches, and fans the best for a successful season.
Barron Motor Supply, proud to support all area athletes and coaching staff. They appreciate all their hard work and dedication in and out of the classroom. Good luck from Barron Motor Supply in Manchester, your auto parts professional since 1930.
Pete's Small Engine Repair are proud to support all the area athletes in tournament action. For all your small engine purchases, repairs, and rebuilds, call the Small Engine Experts. Pete's Small Engine Repair. Congratulations from Pete's Small Engine Repair in Monticello.
Delhi Lumber has products for every home and every budget. Delhi Lumber carries Midland doors, which are one of the best values around. You can see Midland doors today or call Delhi Lumber at 563-922-2404 for more information. Your Midland overhead door dealer, Delhi Lumber. Big town quality with small town service.
For all your new construction or remodeling projects, Rave Brothers Construction is the custom building company for you. From custom designs to new starts, call the specialist. Rave Brothers Construction. Best of luck to all the area athletes from Rave Brothers Construction in Manchester.
Jay's Auto Supercenter on the Greater East End of Manchester has quality pre-owned vehicles, great financing options, and a full-service department, body shop, and detail department. See their full line of vehicles online at jsautosales.net. At Jay's Auto, customer satisfaction is their #1 priority.
For all of your auto, home, health, and life insurance needs, it's American Family Insurance Tad Mormon Agency on East Main in Manchester. Best of luck to all the area athletes and coaching staff from American Family Insurance Tad Mormon Agency in Manchester. Your dream is out there. Go get it. They'll protect it.
Hi, this is Jamie Vasky at Don & Walt LLC, your independent Lennox dealer in Manchester, encouraging you to plan ahead. Have us check your heating or air conditioning unit before you need it. For residential or commercial plumbing and heating needs and top quality Lennox furnaces and heating units, see Don & Walt LLC on East Main Street in Manchester, or give us a call at 927-2232.
Back in to the Wells Fargo Arena, we've got Owen Grover up on mat number 8 as Owen Grover taking on Drake Roller, as Roller from Atlantic Cam as ranked number 6 in the state, a senior 47-5. So another tough matchup here for Owen Grover.
Well, yeah, and he's going to have to come out with everything he's got to stay in this match. He took on Michael Kent, who was 34-5 in the first round, lost a very hard-fought 9-6 match. Now he's got Drake Roller from Atlantic, who was probably upset by Kyle Fisher from Southeast Valley, although Fisher was 45-3. So some good wrestlers here. And we're underway here. Neutral position. Drake Roller working some collar ties, heavy on the head, really snapping Owen Grover, working that collar tie with the right. There's a sweep single by Roller. He's in deep on the left leg of Owen Grover. Grover in a down block, trying to use all of his length and leverage. Now to his feet goes Roller, a hard whizzer by Grover. Now a back trip by Roller. And there's a 2-point takedown by Roller and a long switch attempt by Grover. He's got a great switch, and that's going to be a 1-point escape by Grover.
Over here on mat number 6, we're going to have Peyton Nolting taking on Luke Jennis of Sheldon South O'Brien. Nolting, the senior from Independence, taking on the opponent we just saw, Harrison Goebel of West Delaware, beat 5-3. So another tough matchup here for Peyton Nolting.
Well, we saw Harrison Goebel wear out Jennis, so hopefully they paid attention to that. 1 point escape now by Grover. We're going back to neutral. It's 2-1 with 40 seconds left. And a very quick and explosive Drake Roller. Very quick feet. And very good with that tap and go. 30 seconds now. Grover in a square stance, trying to tie up the head of Roller. There's a long shot by Grover. That's what you got to do. Open up that offense. Now Kelly by Grover. Might have Roller going to his back. That's 2 right there. Nice job by Owen Grover as he kept his knees in. 13 seconds left. He caught Drake Roller sleeping. Now a hard crossface by Grover, trying to set up a crossface cradle with 5 seconds. He's got it locked up. And Roller's got to go on all fours. What a great series. Great series right there by Owen Grover.
Over here on mat number 6, it's Jenneth catching Peyton Nolting on his back, and he's got a half Nelson, and looking for the fall is Luke Jenneth from Sheldon South O'Brien, and still has Nolting on his back. Nolting fighting. Nolting fighting to stay off his back here, and there's the fall. 47 seconds the fall for Luke Jenneth. And Peyton Nolting's career at Independence will come to an end, but a good career it was. As the senior fought hard there, but Peyton Nolting he couldn't quite get it done against Luke Jenneth of Sheldon South O'Brien.
Well, Jenneth's very physical, and that's he tried to do the same thing to Harrison Goebel, but Goebel was wiry enough to withstand the flurry by Jenneth. So Jenneth's very physical, just looking at him right there. Well, back to action we go. It's going to be a takedown by Roller. He's going to tie this up 4-4 as Grover had an escape to go to 4-2. And now Roller back in on a quick single, and he quickly back trips Grover to tie this up at 4-4 with 1:16 left to go in period number 2. Roller with a inside thigh spiral ride, trying to knock Grover off his base. Grover still up on all fours, and neither wrestler doing much, and Roller's going to let him up. Grover now to his feet, takes the lead 5-4. I'd like to see Owen Grover go back to work as he did at the end of that first period to find a shot, find a move. I think he's going to have to go real low level. He's been content to try to tie up the hands and the head of Roller. And as soon as he ties up, Roller finds a way to shoot below his hands. 46 seconds left to go. 5-4. Owen Grover leads. Roller now snaps down Grover. Grover on all fours. Roller trying to hit a go behind. He's got a front headlock. He's trying to attack the right side of Owen Grover. Grover squaring him off, controlling that right elbow. They are turning circles here. And Grover goes right back to work with that Kelly. Let's see if he can dump Roller. This time Roller sags. Roller goes back to work with a front headlock, and he attacks that right knee. He's got a 2-point takedown there. Now a drive cradle, and Grover's going to roll him through. Grover could come out of here on top with 2. He's got 10 seconds. He's going to bust the grip of Roller, pick up 2, and take the lead, 7-6. 4 seconds left to go. Nice job. Again, nothing flashy here, Jamie Vaskey and Zach, but he gets the job done. It's 7-6 now going to the third period.
Yeah, great job there by Grover. Taking the lead as he goes to the third. Now he's got to go to work. Got to go to work on top here as he's got a lead here. You got to try to hold on to that and go to work and ride tough on top.
Yeah, this is still anybody's match. I'd like to see Owen Grover go right back to work to that tough ride that we know the Beckman Blazers, they've just been physical on top through the second half of the season. See if Grover can go to work here, and he's got Roller broken down, belly down, with a tight waist with the right and a chop with the left. Roller now comes to his feet, and he's going to try to split the hands. Grover's going to lift and return. Nice job by Grover as he's got Roller back down on all fours, and quickly Roller comes right back up. Grover's going to try to drop in on a single. Got to be very careful here. If you're Owen Grover, he's got Roller picked up. He steps in on a Turk. Let's see if he can turn Roller to his back for some points, and Roller's going to play the worm and make his way off, crawl off the mat there, and Owen Grover will have to start again. Nice series of moves from the top by Grover. Stopping that first move, Zach, is utmost importance. 128, 7-6. Owen Grover up on top of Drake Roller. Roller now to his feet. Probably going to get stalling. That Grover's going to cut him loose. Now it's 1 point escape. We're tied up at 7 with 1:15 left to go. Owen Grover, again, got to find something here to stop the momentum. Roller's done a nice job of keeping Grover off balance with the snaps. He goes to the collar tie with the right and does a nice job of snapping Grover and then attacking legs. 57 seconds, under a minute here, 7-7. Either going to have an overtime match here or somebody's going to try to pull the trigger and win this thing.
Got Hunter Crawford coming up over here on mat number 4 for Independence, as Hunter Crawford for the Mustangs will be taking on Seth Moore from Ballard.
There's that sweep single by Roller, and he's going to cover up the hips of Grover for a 2-point takedown and take the lead 9-7 with 34 seconds left. So still plenty of time for Owen Grover to get that 2 points back. And there's the set hard chop by Roller. He's got Owen Grover going forward. See Grover go back to that switch. He's got to do something to score 2 here to tie it, or 1 and 2 to win it. There's the switch by Grover. He's going to turn and face Roller. Roller's going to cut him loose. Now it's 9-8, 18 seconds. Owen Grover needs a shot here to win this thing. 14 seconds to go. Grover trying to find the move, and there's a shot by Roller. He's going to be in on the left leg of Grover. Grover's going to dump him. With 5 seconds left, Grover trying to hit a go behind, and Roller's going to snag and hang on to the legs of Grover, and no points there. Boy, he just came up short. He couldn't hook that right ankle or that left ankle of Drake Roller. It's going to be a 9-8 loss.
And over here, 30 seconds into the first period, Roger, with Hunter Crawford of Independence as he's taking on Seth Moore of Ballard. But back to what you said, that's a tough loss by Owen Grover because, you know, in a situation like what we just saw at the end of that match, he was right there. He was close to picking up the takedown, and just couldn't come up with it.
Well, that's 2 tough losses, a 9-6 loss to a very good Michael Kemp from Iowa Falls, and a 9-8 loss to highly ranked Drake Roller from Atlanta. So nothing to hang your head about. But again, Zach, you know you want to come down here your first time, and you want to at least win 1 match and wrestle the second day.
Yeah, exactly. And he did a nice job. He did a nice job coming out here and fighting and giving all he had right there.
Hunter Crawford finds himself on his back as Seth Moore throws a headlock, and there's the fall. Hunter Crawford will lose by fall in 137. 237?
127.
127, thank you. So a headlock will do Hunter Crawford in, and he will close out the season. He's only a junior. He will be back for Coach Mike Doyle and company for the Independence Mustangs. Got his first taste of wrestling at the Well. I'll tell you what, Zach, you get that first taste, and it makes you want to come back. Keeps you a little motivated, as Hunter Crawford will go 0-2, losing 4-3 to Zach Stork from Atlantic in that first round. A very hard-fought match, and then trying to come back against a good Seth Moore from Ballard, losing by a fall in that headlock. So Hunter Crawford will end his season. Let's take a short timeout. Jamie will have his recap ready for us as our 2A wrestlers, our area wrestlers we've been covering, are all done for this round. So stay with us. We've got Jamie's recap for you on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Farmers Savings Bank proudly supports all area athletes and their coaching staff. For all your banking needs, visit them in Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, and Aurora, or online at farmersavingsbank.com. Member FDIC.
Viafield is your headquarters for all your seed, chemical, and fertilizer needs. They have professional service and quality products needed to bring the best crop to market. Viafield, providing growth opportunity for 18 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota.
Kleesner Sanitation are taking new customers for both commercial and residential properties. If you need a large dumpster or container for new construction projects and a roll-off, call Kleesner Sanitation at 927-5977. Good luck from Kleesner Sanitation.
West Bend's home and highway policy provides you with one policy, one bill, one deductible, and one agent.
all with no hassle and a portion of your annual premium back in cash if you don't have a claim. To find out more, contact your new West Bend agent, Eric Smith, at Parrott Insurance in Manchester at 927-2791.
River's Edge Construction wish all area athletes the best of luck in tournament action. If construction plans are in your future, call Lyle Palmer at 563-920-0046. River's Edge Construction can help you with your residential and commercial new construction and remodeling plans. Call River's Edge Construction in Manchester at 563-920-0046.
The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and the Dyersville Commercial recognize the hard work and dedication of all area athletes. Check out the weekly sports section in the commercial for scores and information. The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities.
Back into the Wells Fargo Arena one final time here tonight. As remind you, if you're tuning in here tonight looking for basketball, we've got Class 1A second round boys basketball tonight. As we at 6:30, that was Starmont at Starmont. It was Edco and East Buchanan on KMCH.com, and starting at 8 o'clock here tonight, it was Cascade versus Monticello in Cascade with John Swisher. Again, that's on KMCH.com. So you can tune in on KMCH.com to find the that game right now between Cascade and Monticello. Again, that's boys basketball coverage. But here we had our Class 2A wrestlers round things out here tonight. As we started at 113 pounds, it was Chase Lunsman from Monticello with a fall in 3 minutes and 13 seconds over Wyatt Dale of Central Decatur. He will now take on Cole Hansen of Atlantic, who is ranked number 10 in the state in Class 2A. At 120 pounds, Grant Hager of Beckman losing in the first round 4-3 against St. John Briggs of Gilbert. He then came back on the backside and won by fall in 3:23 over Creston Craven of Humboldt. So Hager's still alive in the tournament. As at 126, it was Morgan Raleigh of Anamosa with a 10-7 win over Isaac Dixon of Spirit Lake Park, as he will now take on Riley Wright of Denver Tripola, who is ranked number 3 in the state. At 138 pounds, Jake Raker from Beckman losing 22-7 in the first round against Tanner Abbas of Clarion Goldfield. He then won on the backside as he won 8-3 against Blake Ryerson of Winterset. At 145 pounds, it was Mitchell Mangold losing 9-6 in the first round against Mitchell Swank of Creston Orient Maxburg. Mangold then won by fall in 1 minute and 13 seconds over Dylan Korish of Charles City. So Mangold's still alive in the tournament. At 152 pounds, Cody Feldman of Beckman was a winner by fall in 152 over Caleb Button of Van Meter. So Feldman, after losing in the first round 11-3 to Cale Kruger of Denver Tripola, stays alive with that fall on the backside. When we get to the heavier weights, it got a little tougher, as at 170, it was Owen Grover of Beckman losing 9-6 in the first round against a very good Michael Kent of Iowa Falls. He then went to the backside and lost to Drake Roller from Atlantic 9-8. So Owen Grover's sophomore season comes to an end here for the Beckman Blazers. At 182 pounds, it was Harrison Goebel of West Delaware with a 5-3 win over Luke Jennis of Sheldon South O'Brien. So Goebel will take on Ben Lee of Ballard in the next round. Ben Lee was a 10-2 major decision winner over Peyton Nolting of Independence. So that'll be Goebel's next opponent, Ben Lee of Ballard. Nolting went to the backside and was pinned by Luke Jennis in 47 seconds. So Peyton Nolting's senior season at Independence comes to an end. At 195 pounds, Hunter Crawford losing a very close match against fifth-ranked Zach Stork of Atlantic, 4-3 in the first round. Crawford then came to the backside and was pinned in a headlock by Seth Moore of Ballard in 1 minute and 27 seconds. But, Roger, tell you what, nonetheless, it was a pretty good day for our area wrestlers But you hate to see guys get knocked out of the tournament, but we always know that's the way it goes down here at state.
Well, that's the nature of the beast. When you get down here, it's all tough. You said that time and time again, Jamie, that it's all tough. There's not an easy match when you get down here, and you're at the mercy of the formula that the state's got for picking matches, and you never know what side of bracket you're going to be on. You never know who your opponent's going to be and who's on your side. So it's just the luck of the draw or the unluck of the draw, whichever it may be seen. I got some totals from you. 3A wrestlers today were 6-4 with 6 out of 7 still alive. Our 1A wrestlers were 13-9 on the day. Our 2A wrestlers were 7-10. We covered 49 matches today, and our record for the day was 26-23. So not a bad day for our area wrestlers. We've got some alive, and hopefully after tomorrow we'll have the same amount alive. It's going to be a tough day tomorrow as we continue to progress in the tournament.
Absolutely. As tomorrow the quarterfinals start, it'll be a very busy day tomorrow. As let's check our schedule for tomorrow morning. Starting at 9 o'clock, we'll have the Class 3A semifinals, and followed immediately by the Class 1A quarterfinals, and then they will come back with the Class 3A second-round consolations, and then go to the Class 1A second-round consolations immediately following that. So a busy day to start our day at 9 a.m. And then at 2:30 we'll have the Class 2A quarterfinals, followed by the Class 3A semifinals and third-round consolations, and then the Class 2A second-round consolations. Then we'll wrap up our night tomorrow night with the Class 1A semifinals and third-round consolations, and follow that up with a 2A semifinals and third-round consolations. Again, don't forget, John Swisher has basketball for you right now on KMCH.com. Class 2A second-round boys basketball, Cascade taking on Monticello in Cascade. Want to thank the sponsors of postseason wrestling here on KMCH, and the postseason wrestling, as without them we wouldn't be able to bring you the 2017 state wrestling tournament. Want to thank everybody that got us up and running throughout the day here today, back at the studio at KMCH. Mike Johnson this morning, Janelle Tucker this morning, and Rob Edwards this afternoon, and then Janelle Tucker back in with us again tonight. Want to thank all of them for doing a great job back at the station, making us sound as good as they possibly can. And want to thank, most of all, thank you, the listeners, for tuning in to High School Wrestling. For Roger Reed and Zach McCool, this is Jamie Vasky saying good night from the Wells Fargo and Arena and the 2017 Iowa High School Wrestling Championships, and you've been listening to them right here on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
The City of Manchester would like to wish all area athletes, teams, and coaches the best of luck in tournament play. The City of Manchester appreciates all of the hard work and dedication put forth in the gym and in the classroom. Good luck from all